mistake. I swear that the evidence which I shall give in this case shall be true, that I will conceal nothing, and that no part of my evidence shall be false. So help me God. Please take yours.
Start. Mr. Samantray,
Sir,
kindly see your election petition, paragraph 7B, page 8. First sentence टा पढ़ो.
that the respondent also has
The
not filed.
respondent also has not filed the affidavit in prescribed form 26 as required under section 33A of the RPR 1951. देखला था. My question to you is, while alleging as above, you have not pleaded as to why and how the affidavit, form of affidavit in 26 is not in prescribed form. ସେଇଟା ଆପଣ ପ୍ଲିଡ୍ କରିନାହାନ୍ତି ବୋଲି ମୁଁ କହୁଛି 7B ରେ ପ୍ରେସ୍କ୍ରାଇବ୍ଡ ଫର୍ମାଟ ଠାରୁ ରେସ୍ପଣ୍ଡେଣ୍ଟ ଫାଇଲ କରିଥିବା ଆଫିଡେଭିଟ୍ ଇନ୍ ଫର୍ମ 26 ର କଣ ଡିଫରେନ୍ସ ଅଛି ଆପଣ ପ୍ଲିଡ୍ କରିନାହାନ୍ତି.
I have pleaded against.
ଦେଖିନି What is the difference କହିଲେ? ଯଦି ପ୍ଲିଡ୍ କରିଛନ୍ତି କୋର୍ଟକୁ କୁହନ୍ତୁ.
Sir, are you confining your question to only 7B na अन्य कोनोसी?
7B.
हाँ, नहीं 7B रे जदी भी मेंशन करना थी अन्य पैराग्राफ रे मेंशन करछंती की?
नहीं.
हाँ ताले एकाथरे पछा दो ना ए 7B रे.
ना ए 7B रे मेंशन करछंती ना एनी अदर पैराग्राफ रे भी मेंशन करना है.
अपन खाली लिखले कि the respondent also has not filed the affidavit in prescribed form 26. ये जो prescribed form 26 लिखिले कौन डिपार्चर हेची respondent को affidavit रे prescribed form रो सेटा अपन मेंशन करि नाहंती अपन को इलेक्शन पिटिशन आज होल्ड पडिले
नहीं मेंशन मिलॉर्ड इट हैज बीन अच्छा अपन मना करछन दा सजेशन को मना करछन तो मिस्टर सामंत मिलॉर्ड it is not a fact that I have not mentioned in my election petition in what way the affidavit filed by the respondent in form 26 is not in consonance
in prescribed form 26
with in consonance
with the prescribed form कर देना हो.
Filed by the अच्छा in prescribed form 26 कर दें in the prescribed तब नहीं ये form 26 टा रहेगा नहीं हाँ in the तब पूर्व नहीं form 26 पूर्व नहीं हाँ in the prescribed is not in consonance with section 33A of the RPR. Yes. It is not a fact that I have not mentioned in my election petition in what way the affidavit filed by the respondent in the is not in consonance with the
ସାର୍ଙ୍କୁ ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ ରେସ୍ପଣ୍ଡେଣ୍ଟ ଫାଇଲ କରିଥିବା ଆଫିଡେଭିଟ୍ ଇନ୍ ଫର୍ମ 26
ଏକ୍ଜିବିଟ୍ ଇଟା ମୁଁ ଦେଖୁଛି ଆପଣ ଏକ୍ଜିବିଟ୍ ଏ ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଆଫିଡେଭିଟ୍ ହେଉଛି ଏକ୍ଜିବିଟ୍ E/1 and F/1
ଏରେ କାର୍ ଦେଖୁଛି
ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଦେଖଉଛି ଏବଂ ତା ସାଙ୍ଗରେ ମଧ୍ୟ ଦେଖଉଛି
ରେସ୍ପଣ୍ଡେଣ୍ଟ
ଯୋଉଟା ଆପଣ ଫାଇଲ କରିଛନ୍ତି ଡାଉନଲୋଡେଡ କପି ସେ ଆଫିଡେଭିଟ୍ ଫର୍ମ 26 ଆପଣ ଦିଟାକୁ କମ୍ପେୟାର କରନ୍ତୁ କଣ
and
ଡିପାର୍ଚର
tell the departure to the honorable court.
Again, my nomination is not in question here, sir.
No.
As you have alleged that he has not filed the affidavit in proper format, ଆମେ ଦିଟା ଯାକ ଦେଖୁ କଣ ଫର୍ମାଟ ରୁ ଡିପାର୍ଚର ହେଇଛି ଆପଣ କହିବେ ଆପଣଙ୍କ ଆଫିଡେଭିଟ୍ ବି ଦେଖଉଛୁ ତାଙ୍କ ଆଫିଡେଭିଟ୍ ବି ଦେଖଉଛୁ
Milord, how do I now at this very moment when my nomination is not in question or it is not
ଆମେ
under
ଦେଖଉଛୁ
scrutiny? ଆପଣ ନିଜର ଆଫିଡେଭିଟ୍ ତାଙ୍କୁ କହିବା କଥା ଯେ ଆପଣ ଯେମିତି ଯୋଉ ଫର୍ମରେ ଆଫିଡେଭିଟ୍ ଦେଇଛନ୍ତି ଫର୍ମ 26 ରେ ସିଏ ବି ସେଇ ଫର୍ମ 26 ରେ ଆଫିଡେଭିଟ୍ ଦେଇଛନ୍ତି ତେଣୁ
ଯଦି କିଛି ଡିପାର୍ଚର ଅଛି ଆପଣ କହିପାରିବେ
ସେ ତାଙ୍କ ଇଏରେ ଯେ ଡିପାର୍ଚର ନାହିଁ ଆଉ ଯଦି ଆପଣ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ଡିପାର୍ଚର
There is, Milord, because that is the whole basis of my election petition that I filed against the respondent.
Yes.
Because Form 26 of the nomination has been wrongly and grossly suppressed facts are shown in that. So my entire basis of the case is...
According to me, the respondent, while filling of Form 26, has wrongly stated some facts. ଏଇଆ ତ କହିବାକୁ ଚାହୁଁଛନ୍ତି
Milord, wrongly stated some many facts, Milord, whatever.
wrongly stated some facts or wrongly stated many facts କରିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ ତାଙ୍କ ୱାର୍ଡଟା ଯାଉ many facts wrongly stated many facts.
Mr. Samantray,
Stop. Sir.
ଠିକ ଅଛି ଏଇ ଆଲିଗେସନ ଯାହା ଆଜି ଆପଣ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ସେଇଟା ଅଲରେଡି କରିସାରିଛନ୍ତି ରେକର୍ଡ ହେଇଛି ଏଭିଡେନ୍ସ ଅନ୍ ଆଫିଡେଭିଟ୍ ରେ ବି କହିଛନ୍ତି ଜେରା ବେଳେ ବି କହିଛନ୍ତି କୋର୍ଟ ରେକର୍ଡ କରିଛନ୍ତି ମୋର ପ୍ରଶ୍ନ ତା ନୁହଁ the format of affidavit filed in form 26 by respondent and format of affidavit filed by you, is there any difference you find? Dita jaka affidavit ର format ରେ କିଛି difference ଅଛି କି?
I think, Milord, there is difference.
Please compare and tell.
I can't do it
according to me, according to me, there is difference in Form 26.
In format of the form.
In the format of Form 26. According to me, there is difference in the format of in the prescribed format of affidavit. Prescribed format of affidavit in Form 26. In my nomination paper,
in my affidavit,
under form nomination under Form 26.
In my affidavit, vis-a-vis the affidavit of the respondent. At this point of time, on verification of my affidavit as well as the affidavit filed by the respondent in Form 26, I cannot say what are the differences. Stop. Yes.
देखंतु फर्स्ट सब पैराग्राफ पेज 8 की जान Your pleading is the respondent had filed his nomination before the returning officer on 2/4/2019 along with the affidavit dated 3/4/2019 said to have been in Form 26. ठीक तो
Sir.
मोर आपन को प्रश्न होची 2/4/2019 रे जेतेबेले रेस्पोंडेंट तांकर नॉमिनेशन एवं affidavit in Form 26 फाइल कले रिटर्निंग ऑफिसर को पाखरे were you present there
I was present there.
in the hall?
Yes.
I was present when the
he filed first and it was
Alright.
me, Milord,
I
who
was
filed
present. Sir, in the hall na kaun sir?
No, it's
Before the
returning officer.
I was present before the returning officer.
I was present.
So were other
When-
candidates, Milord.
When the respondent filed his nomination paper. I was present before the returning officer to file my nomination paper when the respondent filed his nomination paper on 2/4 तो say date is on 2/4/2019. Yes, stop.
देखंतु I put it to you according to the instruction of the Election Commission of India ଯେତେବେଳେ ଜଣେ ପ୍ରାର୍ଥୀ ତାଙ୍କ ନୋମିନେସନ ଦାଖଲ କରିବାକୁ ଯିବେ ସେତେବେଳେ ରିଟର୍ନିଂ ଅଫିସର କେବଳ ସେ ପ୍ରାର୍ଥୀଙ୍କ ସହିତ ତାଙ୍କର ସମର୍ଥକ 5 ଜଣଙ୍କ ବ୍ୟତୀତ ଆଉ କାହାକୁ ଆଲାଉ କରିବେ ନାହିଁ ହଲ
Then how am I, Milord, to reply to that? Because I am also
नहीं आपण जानिछन ना ए विषय में गोटे इंस्ट्रक्शन
ଅଛି ବୋଲି କି ଆପଣ ଜାଣିଛନ୍ତି କି ନାହିଁ
when you go for a nomination, you generally have your advisors or your legal.
Maximum 5%.
କେବଳ ଯୋଉ କ୍ୟାଣ୍ଡିଡେଟ ଦାଖଲ କରିବ ତାକୁ ହିଁ ଆଲାଉ କରିବେ ତାର 5 ଜଣ ସମର୍ଥକକୁ ଆଲାଉ ତାଙ୍କୁ ମିଶେଇକି
Candidate को सह मिसिକି
ଆଜ୍ଞା।
5 ଜଣ।
ଅନ୍ୟ କ୍ୟାଣ୍ଡିଡେଟ ବା ବାହାର ଲୋକଙ୍କୁ ଆଲାଉ
Candidate allow to କରିଛନ୍ତି. I don't know if that's Milord a rule,
नहीं
but
एमसी सार पचाजन एमती गोटे गाइडलाइन अछि बोली आपनकर नॉलेज रे अछि ना
not in my knowledge, Milord.
I have no knowledge that there is any guideline issued by the Election Commission of India that when a candidate comes to file his nomination papers before the returning officer, he along with his 4 supporters are only allowed to remain present there at the time of presentation, and nobody else is allowed. Yes.
Presentation of nomination.
कहली परा प्रेजेंट माने सही था
सही है,
nomination
देखो
एका जिनस एते. Yes.
ଆଚ୍ଛା ଆପଣ ଇଏ ରେସ୍ପଣ୍ଡେଣ୍ଟ 2/4/2019 ରେ ନୋମିନେସନ ଦାଖଲ କଲେ କେତେବେଳେ ଦାଖଲ କଲେ
I don't remember the time. I was after him, Milord. After he time lekha hai to
ଦେଖାନ୍ତୁ
ଆପଣ exhibit 1 to 4 ଆଉ exhibit ଉପରେ
ଯୋଉଟା ଆପଣ ଦାଖଲ କରିଛନ୍ତି
2/4/2019 11:20 AM ରେ ପଡୁଛି ତାଙ୍କର
ଆଜ୍ଞା
କୋଉଠି କହିଲେ
ଯୋଉଟା ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ exhibit 1 ଟା ଦେଖି ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ ଫାର୍ଷ୍ଟ 2 ପେଜ ଛାଡି ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ nomination form 2 ବି ଅଛି
ଫାର୍ଷ୍ଟ ପେଜ ଟା ଛାଡି ଦେବି
ଫାର୍ଷ୍ଟ ଦୁଇଟା ପେଜ ଯୋଉଟା ଡାଉନଲୋଡେଡ ଛାଡି ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ
हां
ଫାର୍ଷ୍ଟ ପେଜ ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ nomination
original
right
କୋଉଠି ଟାଇମ୍ ଫାର୍ଷ୍ଟ ପେଜ୍
ଗୋଟେ ଷ୍ଟାମ୍ପିଂ ହେଇଛି
ରାଇଟ୍ ହ୍ୟାଣ୍ଡ ସାଇଡ୍ ରେ
ଏଇଟା ତ
ନାଇଁ ତାର ତ 2 ପେଜ କାଟିବେ
ଓହୋ ଏଇଟା ଦିସ୍ ପେଜ୍ ଅଛି ହଁ ଏଇଠି ଟାଇମ୍ ଟା
ଟାଇମ୍ ପଡି 2/4/2019 11:20 AM ରେ
ହଁ
ଦୁଇ ଯେମିତି ସିରିଏଲ ନମ୍ବର 2, 3, 4, 5 ଚାରିଟା ସେଟ୍ ଦାଖଲ କରିଛନ୍ତି
ସବୁ ଗୁଡାକରେ 11:20 ଟାଇମ୍
11:20 2/4/2019 11:20 ରେ ରେସ୍ପଣ୍ଡେଣ୍ଟ ଦାଖଲ କରିଛନ୍ତି
ଏକାଥରେ ପଚାରି ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ ତାଙ୍କଟା ବି ଦେଖି
ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ତାଙ୍କ ଟିକେ କାଟି
ହଁ ଅଛି ଧରିଛି ମୁଁ
ତାଙ୍କ ପେଜ ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ଆପଣଙ୍କର 6, 7, 8, 9 ଆପଣ ଚାରିଟା ସେଟ୍ ଦାଖଲ କରିଛନ୍ତି ଆପଣଙ୍କ ପରିଚୟ 2/4/2019 12:20 PM ଘଣ୍ଟାଟେ ଡିଫରେନ୍ସ
କଣ କହିବାକୁ ଚାହୁଁଛନ୍ତି ମିଷ୍ଟର ସାମନ୍ତରାୟ?
No, there are waiting hall.
No, it's all right. ଆପଣ ମାନେ ଏଇ seal
No,
to
it's a
the-
fact. My timing will
all right.
not.
It is a fact that
separate.
it is a fact that from the nomination paper filed by the respondent nomination papers कर दियंतु papers filed by the respondent comma it appears that he presented the nomination paper before the returning officer on 2/4/2019 at 11:20 AM small m, whereas I presented my nomination papers on 2/4/2019 at 12:20 AM. Stop.
PM.
Acha, 12:20 PM, right? 12:20 PM. I was there. Upon could waiting hall le thile to?
Waiting because
I was there in the waiting hall when the respondent was filing his nomination papers. Yes.
Before the returning officer.
Hella mo nomination paper of food file kariyo. Stop.
ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ
Sir.
ମୁଁ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ପଚାରୁଛି ଆପଣଙ୍କ ବିଷୟରେ ଗୋଟା ଜେନେରାଲ ପ୍ରୋସିଡିଓର ଯେତେବେଳେ ଜଣେ ପ୍ରାର୍ଥୀ ନମିନେସନ ନେଇକିରି ରିଟର୍ଣ୍ଣିଂ ଅଫିସରଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ ଦାଖଲ କରିବାକୁ ଯିବେ ରିଟର୍ଣ୍ଣିଂ ଅଫିସର ତାଙ୍କଠୁ ନମିନେସନଟି ଗ୍ରହଣ କରିବେ ତାଙ୍କର ଫାଷ୍ଟ କାମ ହେଉଛି he will endorse the serial number of the nomination, date, time of the presentation of the nomination. ठीक
Sir.
तो तापरे he will ask the candidate to take oath in the oath and affirmation form. Candidate oath नहीं सारला परे he will endorse that in the certificate. Say time, date and time, and put his signature on the certificate of oath. तापरे से रिसीट टी ता तले गोटे रिसीट थिबो से रिसीट टाकू कैंडिडेट को चिरिकिरी देबे ओथ नेले बोली ठीक तो
It is a fact that when a candidate presents his nomination paper before the returning officer, comma, it is accepted by the returning officer who puts sentence continue karibo puts serial number, comma, date and time of acceptance of the nomination paper and asks the candidate yes, good. Ask, yes, good. Ask the candidate to take oath, and after the candidate takes oath, comma, the returning officer endorse the date and time in the certificate of oath and gives a receipt, okay, to the concerned candidate relating to his taking oath. Stop. Yes, sir.
ସାର୍ ଙ୍କ ନୋମିନେସନ ଟା ଦେଖାନ୍ତୁ ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ଆପଣଙ୍କ ନୋମିନେସନ ଫର୍ମ has been marked as exhibit.
କେବଳ ଏକ୍ଜିବିଟ୍ ଇ ରେ ଅଛି ଏଥିରେ ପାଇବେ ଦେଖିଦିଅ ଆପଣ ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ଆପଣଙ୍କର
ଲାଷ୍ଟ ପେଜ ଟା ଦେଖାନ୍ତୁ 50
ଫର୍ମ ଅଫ ଓଥ୍ ଅର୍ ଆଫର୍ମେସନ ଆପଣ ଏଠି ଓଥ୍ ନେଲେ ଆଇ ଦେବାଶିଷ ସାମନ୍ତରାୟ ହାଭିଂ ବିନ୍ ନୋମିନେଟେଡ୍ କରିକି ଆପଣ ଦସ୍ତଖତ କଲେ ତା ତଳକୁ ରିଟର୍ନିଂ ଅଫିସର ଏଣ୍ଡୋର୍ସ କଲେ sworn in the name of God solemnly affirmed by Sri Devashish Samantaray at office of the sub collector Katak Sadar at 12:25 p.m. hour this the second day of April 2019 before me ଏବଂ ଆ ତଳଟା ଆପଣ ଚିରିକି ଦେଇଥିଲେ
ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ଆ ତଳଟା ଯୋଉ ସାର୍ଟିଫିକେଟ ଅଫ ଓଥ୍ ଟା ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ରିସିଟ୍ ଅଫ ଓଥ୍ ଟା
ଚିରିକି ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ
ସେଇଟା ଯୋଉ ଦେଇଛନ୍ତି ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ
ଚିରା ହେଇଛି ମଧ୍ୟ
ସେଇଟା the same be marked as exhibit T file is the
ଏଇଗୁଟାକ ଆଗ ଏକ୍ଜିବିଟ୍ ଇ ବାଇ 2 ହବ
ହଁ ସେଇଟା ଯୋଉଟା
this one is the certificate of oath which is available ଗୋଟିଏ ଥର oath ନେଲେ
ଆଚ୍ଛା ଠିକ
it
ଅଛି
is only available under exhibit
all right, this is my certificate of oath marked as exhibit E by 2. All right, ସେଟାକୁ ଇଏ କରିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ ପେନସିଲ ରେ କରିଦେଇଥାନ୍ତୁ ଆଉ so that ବୁଝିଲ ତମେ ସେଠିକି ଯାଅ ପେନସିଲ ରେ ଲେଖି ଦେଇଥାଅ ତାପରେ ପରେ ନାଲି ପେନ ରେ ମୁଁ କରିବି ମାର୍କ କରିବି କନଫ୍ୟୁଜିଂ ହବ ଲେଖି ଦେଇଥାନ୍ତୁ exhibit E by 2 କରିଦେଇଥାନ୍ତୁ
ସାର୍ ଆମେ ଯୋଉ ଡକ୍ୟୁମେଣ୍ଟ ଗୁଡା ଦାଖଲ କରିଦେଇଛୁ ସେଟା ଖୋଲିଛୁ ଫଟୋ
ଗୁଡାକ ଲେଖିବେ ଯୋଉଟା ଖୋଲା ହେଲା ବୋଲି ଆଜି ବଡ ସିଲ୍ଡ କଭର ଥିଲା ଖୋଲା
ସାର୍ ଙ୍କୁ ଦେଖାନ୍ତୁ ରିସିଟ୍ ଅଫ ଓଥ୍
এটা ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ এটা হচ্ছে certificate for receipt of oath granted by the returning officer to the respondent Mohammad
Mr. Agrawal, please come. ଆପଣ ଏଠି ଆସୁନାହାନ୍ତି କିଛି ଅସୁବିଧା ନାହିଁ ପ୍ଲିଜ କମ୍
This is the certificate for receipt of oath granted by the returning officer on 2/4/2019 to the respondent Mohammad Mukim, showing that he has taken oath on 2/4/2019 at 12:28 a.m. 11:28 a.m.
ठीक तो all right, this is the certificate issued by the returning officer to the respondent relating to his taking of oath.
Heading the my lord, certificate for receipt of oath.
Acha, this is the
certificate for receipt of oath.
This is the certificate for receipt of oath. Certificate for receipt of oath. Hala? Issued by returning officer to the respondent relating to his taking of oath on 2/4/2019 at time
11:28 a.m.
11:28 a.m. All right.
The same be marked as exhibit T.
Which is marked as kete pencil le likhi diyon.
Exhibit T.
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 Okay.
Yes, that's right.
All right. Exhibit T.
Certificate of oath ଦେଇ ସାରିଲା ପରେ returning officer shall make preliminary inquiry examination of nomination papers as required under section 33(4).
Mane in the presence of the candidate.
In the presence of candidate.
In presence of the candidate.
Mr. Samatra kon kuhantu.
Milord.
Acha.
They see basically, they'll see on that day of the nomination, Milord, that overall everything is all right. And then they have a scrutiny day where it is seen.
ନାଇଁ ସାରଙ୍କର ପ୍ରଶ୍ନ ହଉଛି କ୍ୟାଣ୍ଡିଡେଟ କୁ ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ଓଥ୍ ଟେକିଂ ଇଏ ହେଲା ପରେ ରିସିପ୍ଟଟା ଦେଇ ସାରିଲା ପରେ ତାର ପ୍ରେଜେନ୍ସ ରେ ରିଟର୍ନିଂ ଅଫିସର ଭେରିଫାଏ କରନ୍ତି ମାନେ ତାର ଏଣ୍ଟାୟାର ଇଲେକ୍ସନ ପେପର ଏବଂ ନୋମିନେସନ ପେପର ଏବଂ ଯୋଉ ଆକମ୍ପାନିଂ ଡକୁମେଣ୍ଟସ ସେଗୁଡାକ ତା ଦେନ୍ ଆଣ୍ଡ ଦେୟାର ତା ପ୍ରେଜେନ୍ସ
Only, Milord, if I may submit, because I have filed nominations 5 times. Generally, they just leaf through the basic informations given by the candidate, and then they give you a time period where you can correct if you have wrongly not given some facts are not disclosed in your nomination. You have given an opportunity by the Election Commission of India.
Achha.
And then on the date of scrutiny is where, every other candidate gets an opportunity also to scrutinize each other.
Okay.
In detail. And then it remains Kayam in Odia, in our term. Then the nomination is accepted.
Mr. Samatre, ଆପଣ ଯାହା କହୁଛନ୍ତି ଜଣେ ମନେ କରନ୍ତୁ ଓଥ୍ ଟେକିଂ କଲା ପରେ ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ରିସିପ୍ଟଟା ପାଇଲା ତାପରେ ଆଇଦର ସେହି ସମୟରେ ହଉ ବା ତା ପରେ ହଉ ଯାହା ଯାହା ତାଙ୍କର ନୋମିନେସନ ପେପରରେ ଡିଫେକ୍ଟସ ଅଛି ତାଙ୍କୁ କମ୍ୟୁନିକେଟ କରାଯାଏ ଟୁ ରେକ୍ଟିଫାଇ ଦି ସେମ୍ ଏହା କହୁଛନ୍ତି ତ
କୋଉଠି ଦସ୍ତଖତ ଥାଏ କି କୋଉଠି ଇଏ ଥାଏ
ଆପଣଙ୍କ ସଜେସନ ହଉଛି ସାଙ୍ଗେ ସାଙ୍ଗେ ଆପଣ କଣ କହୁଛି ଏଇଟା
then and there they see basically, but then there is a date of scrutiny where you
checklist issue karo.
Acha, ଏଇଟା ଆପଣ accept କରୁଛନ୍ତି usually this is the procedure.
Yes,
after
I was just telling the court how it goes up to
ठीक है after issuing the certificate for receipt of oath to the candidate, the returning officer verifies the entire nomination paper along with the documents filed by the candidate in presence of the candidate on technical standpoint. या तो क्वेश्चन on technical standpoint. हेला पर in presence of करगला था ना
ସେଇଟା ତାପରେ ରିଟର୍ନିଂ ଅଫିସର ଗୋଟେ ଚେକଲିଷ୍ଟ ଇନ୍ ଡୁପ୍ଲିକେଟ ପ୍ରିପେୟାର କରନ୍ତି
ସେଇ ସାଙ୍ଗେ ସାଙ୍ଗେ ଆଚ୍ଛା Mr. Samatra କଣ କହିବେ କୁହନ୍ତୁ
sir? Yes, my lord.
Thereafter the returning officer prepares a checklist. A checklist sir कौन था
in duplicate वो कोई
अच्छा in duplicate हाँ
ओरिजिनल टा रेकॉर्ड रे रखंती आउ डुप्लिकेट टा कैंडिडेट को दियंती
Milord, stop. The original of the checklist is kept on the record.
Along with the nomination papers.
कौन कहले? Along with the nomination paper.
आगे
And the
डुप्लिकेट
duplicate of the checklist is
गिवन टू द कैंडिडेट
अच्छा is given to the candidate.
जदि किसी शॉर्टफॉल थाए
अच्छा
से चेकलिस्ट उल्लेख करता टू कंप्लाई इट विथ बिफोर द डेट ऑफ स्क्रूटिनी ठीक है बिफोर द स्क्रूटिनी
Mr. Samatra, yes or no?
Yes, yes, Milord.
The returning officer specifically indicates if there is any shortfalling in the nomination paper, or shortfall, if there's shortfall in the nomination paper filed by the candidate in the checklist, giving opportunity to him to rectify the same before the date of scrutiny. Before the date of scrutiny.
Before commencement of the
बिफोर कमेंसमेंट
अच्छा ठीक है अच्छा बिफोर द कमेंसमेंट ऑफ
धरंतु 11टा बेले हबो 10टा
भीतर जहाँ करिया कथा कर अच्छा बिफोर द कमेंसमेंट ऑफ कर कमेंसमेंट अच्छा बिफोर कमेंसमेंट ऑफ स्क्रूटिनी ऑफ नॉमिनेशन पेपर ओके सर मते ये कहले से चेकलिस्ट रे कोन माने ए जो
गुड गुड सेहि पे डिटेल आसुची
Uploaded then and
आपण खुद था तो मैं प्रोसीड कर
अच्छा एक केस रे नॉमिनेशन
से
जो स्क्रूटिनी डेटा केबे थिला एटी गोटे लाइन
छ तारिख नै सेटा आसी जी
अच्छा
सीक्वेंस रे ठीक आसी
हम से या कोजिन ले गोटे एटा प्रोसीड्यूरल एस्पेक्ट है गोटे जगह सब रहि गेले सुविधा हो
सब आसी थाकु थाक हेइ करी
हां सेटा भलो हो सेइथमे
देखंतु आपण 4 सेट नॉमिनेशन दाखल करथिले ठीक तो
सर
जहार सीरियल नंबर होची 06 LA 2019 06 07 LA 2019 0708 LA 2019 and serial number 09 LA 2019
चारी सेट नॉमिनेशन पेपर दाखल करते मिस्टर सामंत आपण चारी सेट दाखल करते इट इज ए फैक्ट दैट I had submitted 4 sets of nomination paper एटा सब पारा कर दियंतो एटा उठा हां 4 sets of nomination paper
सेठी नंबर टा दे देला कोटा को एग्जिबिट हेछि लिखतबा
हां कोटा कोने त ऑलरेडी मार्क किए छि ना
हां सेठी कोइ
bearing number
serial number 06
bearing serial number 06
आउ अधिका लिखिया दरकार
नहीं दरकार नहीं कमा 0 सेमति कहि दियन 0
your nomination bearing serial number 06 has been marked as exhibit U
ताल देखा दम एग्जिबिट केते कहउचंदी
यू
सर एक मते कहि दियंतु तापर आपण देखैबे तापर से हां मारिबे कि कोन
हाँ हाँ
एटा होची 06 टा होची यू
यू
हां
07 टा होची भी
यू भी हां
08 टा होची जी चेकलिस्ट टा जी बैठू ना एग्जिबिट जी
जी हम तापर से देखिला पर हम फाइनल करी बट
हाँ हाँ
खाली लिखि दउछु मु
हाँ
हां हां
सीरियल नंबर 09 टा होची एग्जिबिट एच
एच अच्छा यू भी जी एच आपण या को जाउ
आगे आगे
चारटा को नॉमिनेशन पेपर आनी किनी मिस्टर सामंतराय को पाखर थुन 7 टा तो एटी अछि मो पाखर अछि एटा नै जाउ ओरिजिनल टा नै
कॉपी कॉपी कॉपी
एठी तो मो पाखर उडे अछि 7 टा मु देली आपन
सेटा केते देखु
ଆମେ ଫେଲ୍ କରୁ ମୋର ମାଇଲର ଦିଟା ଚେକଲିଷ୍ଟ ଆସି ନଥିଲା ତାଙ୍କର ହସ୍ତଗତ ପହଞ୍ଚିଲା ପରେ
नै नै सार कहलेनी जे मार्क ऑलरेडी पर हेई छि आसीनी कोन यू भी
नहीं
जी
नहीं सेटा नॉमिनेशन टा
हां
ସେଟା ଚେକଲିଷ୍ଟ ଟା ସେଇଟା ଚେକଲିଷ୍ଟ ଟା ଆଭେଲେବଲ ଟିକେ ମାଇଲର ନାହିଁ ସ୍ପେଶାଲ ଥିଲେ
फोर सेट्स ऑफ नॉमिनेशन पेपर बियरिंग सो एंड सो अच्छा एटा को आपण सर एक क्वेश्चन टा से पाइले ये कर दवा व्हाट डोंट यू कंटिन्यू
नहीं मु सेया परा कहूची एटा मु सेति पे आपन को कहि देली
हां
ये
छटा अछि ती छटा अछि तो सातटा मु देली छ रो नंबर टा देखिले सेटा यू बेली कोन मार्क हेइ को ओ हबो कि ओटा कहले
मार्क
सार
हेछि
कोन
ना
कहले यू बेली कोन से डॉक्यूमेंट मार्क हेइ देखिलो माने
हबो आजि हबो
अच्छा को जाई मार्क हेइ एस
यस
हां टी परे यू
यू
हबो ओ देन इट्स ऑलराइट सो एटा जो एटा होची 6 नंबर तो 6 नंबर टा मार्क हो यू
हां
राइट ऑलराइट
आपन सेटा
अच्छा
कंटिन्यू कर पर
हाँ I had submitted the four sets of nomination paper bearing serial number 6 bracket marked as
द सेम बी मार्क्ड एज एग्जिबिट यू
हाँ marked as exhibit U कर दियंतु
पेंसिल ले
एटा
लिख
पेंसिल लिखि दियन हाँ से तार ए नाली पेन नाली रे नुए नॉर्मल पेंसिल कारण सेटा लिभा
पेंसिल पेंसिल
कारण वो भी नाली रे कर दीजिए नागुरु
अरे
ताकि
नो 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 अपन पेन नाली पेन एटी नेले दियंतु पेंसिल नाली रे केमति बोलम के अच्छा अरे रबर रे लिभा हो तो हाँ नहीं 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 मु तांकू कहउछनी माने मिस्टर तारिणी से कोन कर देइछन कोन नाली पेंसिल कोन
एग्जिबिट टी टा
already the document has been produced right item number 2 on 3/1/2023
अरे जोटा प्रोड्यूस हो सार वर्तमान कहले बेले एटा मार्क हेइ सालानी यू हाँ बाकी रहला सीरियल नंबर 7 8 और 9 ए तीनटा 7 टा मु देखुतिली
serial number 6 रो मार्केट
6 मार्क हेइ सालानी
ना ना
और नहीं
एबे हला परा
अबे होला पर अधिका
चेकलिस्ट कथाटा देखा
चेक लिस्ट नो आमे नॉमिनेशन रो
सार पचारि ना
चेक
ऑलरेडी मार्क हेइ छारी
यू टा हेइनी हबो हाजी तो एस टी पर यू को दिबे केमति हो
वेट यू बेली कौन सी डॉक्यूमेंट आज पर्यंत मार्क हेइनी आज एटा मार्क हेइ जदी कोना दी कोडी मार्क हेइ सार पूरा पचारछन से पई से देखिले कहले जे एटा नॉमिनेशन पेपर बेली 6 नंबर यू बेली मार्क ला अपन नाही कोन कहउछन
এটা এক্সিবিট ই বলি মার্ক হেইছি
कोडी मार्क हेइ
छटा
এক্সিবিট ই বলি মার্ক হেইছি
अच्छा
ମୁଁ କଣ କହୁଛି
हाँ
ଏଇ ଆରି ସାଙ୍ଗରେ ଯୋଉ ନୋମିନେସନ ସେଟ୍ ସେ ଦାଖଲ କଲେ ପ୍ରତ୍ୟେକ ନୋମିନେସନ ସେଟ୍ ପାଇଁ ସେ ଗୋଟେ ଗୋଟେ ଚେକଲିଷ୍ଟ ଇସ୍ୟୁ କର ଏଇ ଯୋଉଟା ସିରିୟଲ ନମ୍ବର 6 ଆଉ 7 ର आ संगे चेकलिस्ट आसी नथला
अच्छा
व्हेन यू कॉल्ड फॉर डायरेक्टेड द
ओ आपण एटा को त माने आपण चेकलिस्ट को मार्क करियो चाहउछन ତାହେଲେ
ଖୋଜିଦେବି ଆଉ ଦିଟା ଆଭେଲେବୁଲ ଅଛି ତାଙ୍କର 8 9ଟା
ଯୋଉଟା
ଆଭେଲେବୁଲ
ଆଭେଲେବୁଲ ଅଛି ମାର୍କ କରିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ, ଯୋଉଟା ନାହିଁ ପରେ ଦେଖିବା ତାକୁ ସେଟା କଣ୍ଟିନ୍ୟୁଟି ସେଟା ଇଏ କରିବା ଖୋଜିକିନି ମାର୍କ କରିଦବା। ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ଯୋଉଟା ଆଭେଲେବୁଲ ଅଛି ପଏଣ୍ଟ ଆଉଟ୍ ଠିକ ଅଛି। ଆପଣ କାଳେ ନଥିବ ପୁଣି ସେଠୁ ପୁଣି
in the list and we have already inspected that. It is there in the list submitted by the collector and we have also inspected that.
ନାଇଁ କୋଉ ଚେକ୍ ଲିଷ୍ଟ ଆପଣ ପାଉଛନ୍ତି କୁହନ୍ତୁ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ।
ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ପାଉଛୁ 8 ଆଉ 9।
ଆଚ୍ଛା
GH
ତାଙ୍କୁ ଆଗେ ଦେଖାନ୍ତୁ।
GH କାଲି
8 ଆଉ 9 ଯୋଉଟା କି ମାର୍କ ହଉଛି GH ସେଟା ଦେଖାନ୍ତୁ।
ଏକ୍ଜିବିଟ୍ G ଆଉ GH କାଲି
ନାଇଁ ଆଗେ ଇ ର ଚେକ୍ ଲିଷ୍ଟ ଟା ଦବାନି।
GH ଟା ମିଳୁନି, ମିଳିଲେ
ଆଚ୍ଛା
କରିବା ମିଳିଥିଲା କଥା କୋଉଟା ଭିତରେ ରହିବି
ନାଇଁ ଅସୁବିଧା ହବ, ଥାକ ଭାଙ୍ଗିଯିବ ଆପଣ।
My lord, that is there in the record. We have inspected. And
ନାଇଁ ଠିକ ଅଛି।
my lawyer told also inspected. I'm not the checklist.
but I don't remember right now.
ନାଇଁ ଠିକ ଅଛି। ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ଆପଣ ଯୋଉ ଦିଟା ମିଳୁଛି ସେଟା ଆଗେ ଦେଖି ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ।
ସାରଙ୍କୁ ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ ଲିଷ୍ଟଟା।
Item number 2 ରେ ସେ produce କରୁ। Item number 2 ରେ produce କରୁ।
ହେଲା ଯେ ଆପଣ ଡକୁମେଣ୍ଟ ୱିଟନେସ କୁ ଦେଖେଇବେ, ୱିଟନେସ ହଁ ମାରିବ ମୁଁ ଲେଖିବି ନହେଲେ ଲେଖିବିନି, ଏଇଟା ତ କଥା ଆଉ କଣ। ଯେତିକି ମିଳୁଛି ଆଗେ କରିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ, ତାପରେ ମିଳିଲେ ସେଟାକୁ ଆଡ କରିଦିଆହବ।
ଏଇଟା ହଉଛି ଆପଣଙ୍କର ନୋମିନେସନ ପେପର ସିରିଆଲ ନମ୍ବର 8
6 ରୁ ଦେଖାନ୍ତୁ।
6 ମିଳୁନି କହୁଛନ୍ତି ସାର୍, ମିଳୁନି ସେ
ଚେକ୍ ଲିଷ୍ଟ ସିନା ମିଳୁନାହିଁ, ନମିନେସନ ଟା ତ ମିଳୁଛି। ନମିନେସନ ଟା ଦେଖେଇକିରି ଚେକ୍ ଲିଷ୍ଟ ଉପରେ କୋଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଟା ହବ। ଏଇ ନମିନେସନ ଟା ଆଚ୍ଛା ହଉ।
ହଁ ସାର୍ 6-7ଟାକୁ ଇଏ କରିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ, ତାପରେ ସେ ଠିକ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ଯେହେତୁ ଚେକ୍ ଲିଷ୍ଟ ଟା ମିଳୁନି, ମିଳିଲେ ପଚାରେ। 7 ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ 8 କରିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ।
I have submitted 4 sets of nomination papers bearing serial number 6, 7, 8 and 9.
अच्छा 6, 7, 8, 9 टा चल जाओ, 6, 7, 8 and 9 ହେଲା।
Which have been already marked as exhibit E, F, G and H.
Just a minute. Which have been marked, which have been already marked, which have been already marked, which have already been marked as केते
exhibit E, F, G and H.
देखिए ये टा देखो, जो exhibit list टा देखो तो यहाँ करो। ईटा होची नॉमिनेशन पेपर ऑफ इलेक्शन पिटिशनर 6 अच्छा तापर होची एफ टा होची 7, जी टा होची 8, एच टा होची 9 ठीक है, which have already been marked ठीक है जी, correct.
This is your nomination paper serial number 8 marked as exhibit G.
हाँ
and
तारो ये जो चेक लिस्ट है
at its last the checklist which is granted by the returning officer in duplicate and the original is kept in the along with the nomination paper and the duplicate has been handed over to you. This is that checklist.
ସେଇ ଯୋଉ 8 ନମ୍ବର ଚେକ୍ ଲିଷ୍ଟ ଟା କହୁଛନ୍ତି, ମାନେ ଅର୍ଥାତ ଜି ର ଚେକ୍ ଲିଷ୍ଟ ଟା। ଅଲରାଇଟ୍, ଦିସ୍ ଇଜ ଦି ସେ ଚେକ୍ ଲିଷ୍ଟ ର କଣ ସଫାରା କରିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ। ଦିସ୍ ଇଜ ଦି ସେ ଯୋଉ ନାଇଁ ଚେକ୍ ଲିଷ୍ଟ ଟା କଣ ଆଉଟ ବ୍ୟାକ୍ କରିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ, ବ୍ୟାକ୍ କଣ ଚେକ୍ ଲିଷ୍ଟ କଣ ଗୋଟେ ଲେଖା ହଉଥିଲା, ଚେକ୍ ଲିଷ୍ଟ ଜଷ୍ଟ ଅ ମିନିଟ୍
चेकलिस्ट पूरा तर हेडिंग टा में चेकलिस्ट टा मिसी जीव दिटा कस व्हाट
अच्छा
चेकलिस्ट ऑफ डॉक्यूमेंट्स इन कनेक्शन विथ फाइलिंग ऑफ
अच्छा दिस इज द चेकलिस्ट ऑफ पढ़िया या ऊपर लिखा है से अपन
चेकलिस्ट ऑफ डॉक्यूमेंट्स इन कनेक्शन विथ फाइलिंग ऑफ नॉमिनेशन with respect to the candidate
in exhibit G which is marked as G by 1 कर दल हबो
ना इटा G by 2 हबो।
अच्छा मार्क कीजिए, अच्छा exhibit G by 2 कर दो। ସେମିତି ତାକୁ
with
କପି
respect to my nomination.
ଆଚ୍ଛା with
respect to my
ହଁ ସେଟା
nomination.
filing with respect to
My nomination.
my nomination.
Had serial number 8 by LA of 2019. LA by 2019.
এইটাକୁ 08 କରିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ ନା ଏଇଟା ଅଛି ଲେଖା
08.
ଆଉ exhibit ଦିଟାକୁ bracket କରିଦବ।
ସେଇ ଜିନିଷଟା କପି କରି ପେଷ୍ଟ କରିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ ତାପରେ
ମିଳିଗଲା
9ଟା ଦେଖାନ୍ତୁ
ମିଳିଗଲା ମିଳିଗଲା ଏକାଥରେ
ସେଇଟା
6 ଆରମ୍ଭ କରିଦବ।
ସେ ଇଏଟା କରିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ ତା ଉପରେ ଆଉ ଦିଟା କରିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ ସେଇ ଟାଇପର ତା ଉପରକୁ ଦିଟା କରିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ।
ମିଳିଗଲା
ହଁ ଠିକ ଅଛି ପଚାରନ୍ତୁ ମୁଁ ଖାଲି ଚେଞ୍ଜ କରିବା ହଁ ଦିସ୍ ଇଜ ଦି ଚେକଲିଷ୍ଟ ଅଫ ଡକ୍ୟୁମେଣ୍ଟ ଇନ କନେକ୍ସନ ସେଟା 6 କରନ୍ତୁ ଏଟା ମାର୍କ ହେଇଛି ଏକ୍ସିବିଟ ଇ କରନ୍ତୁ
ଏକ୍ସିବିଟ ଇ କରନ୍ତୁ ଏଟା ମାର୍କ ହେଇନି ଏଟା ପଛରେ ଆସିଲା ତେଣୁ ଇଟ୍ ୱିଲ୍ ବି ଏକ୍ସିବିଟ ୟୁ।
ଆଚ୍ଛା ଆଚ୍ଛା କୋଉଟା କହିଲେ ମିଷ୍ଟର ସାମ ଅଗ୍ରୱାଲ ଏଠିକି ଆସନ୍ତୁ
ଏଟା ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ 6 ନମ୍ବର 6 ନମ୍ବର ପାଇଁ ଆପଣଙ୍କ 6 ନମ୍ବର ନୋମିନେସନ ଆଭେଲେବୁଲ ନଥିଲା ବୋଲି ଆମେ ଏଗେନ୍ ଅନରେବୁଲ କୋର୍ଟ ଡାଇରେକ୍ଟ ଦେଇଥିଲେ।
ନାଇଁ ଏଇଟା ଇ ବାଇ 2 ହବନି କାହିଁ କଣ ପାଇଁ
ଏଟା କାହିଁକି ନା ଆପଣ ସିଟ୍ ପକେଇ ଦେଇଛନ୍ତି ତ
ହଁ ଓହୋ ଆଚ୍ଛା ଆଚ୍ଛା ଓ ଏଇଟା ପରେ ଆସିଲା କି ଆଚ୍ଛା ଦେନ୍ ଇଟ୍ସ ଅଲରାଇଟ୍ ଆମର ଏଇଟା ହବ ଏକ୍ସିବିଟ ୟୁ ତାକୁ ଉପରେ ଆଚ୍ଛା ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ କୋଉଥିରେ ୟୁ ଲେଖି ଦେଇଥିଲେ ମିଷ୍ଟର
ସେଇଗୁଡା ଏଇ ଗୋଟାକ
ମିଳୁନଥିଲା ଏକ୍ସିବିଟ ୟୁ
ନାଇଁ ନାଇଁ ଗୋଟେ କୋଉଥିରେ ୟୁ ଲେଖି ଦେଇଥିଲେ ସେଟା ଲିଭାନ୍ତୁ ସେଟା ପେନ୍ସିଲ ରବର ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ ନାଇଁ ଲିଭାନ୍ତୁ ନା ସାଙ୍ଗେ ସାଙ୍ଗେ ଲିଭାନ୍ତୁ
ସେ ପୁଣି ଲେଖିଲା ବେଳକୁ ମାର୍କ କଲା ବେଳକୁ କନଫ୍ୟୁଜ
ରବର ନିଅନ୍ତୁ ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ
ଠିକ ଅଛି ଆଗରୁ ନଥିଲେ
This is the checklist of document in connection with filing of nomination with respect to my nomination. By serial number so and so, which is marked as exhibit U. Hello, exhibit U मिलला. तादर pencil ले लिखिले. तापर next आउची 07 करो. एटा एटा हबो मार्क हबो केते exhibit F हबो.
नहीं यार चेकलिस्ट तक सर मार्क कर दले.
exhibit E पर F एटा हबो exhibit U पर V.
V लेखन सेटा. तेरा दियन pencil ले लेखन तो V बोले. ଆଉ ଟିକେ ଉପରକୁ ଉଠେଇଲ ହଁ ଏଫ୍ ଠିକ ଅଛି
ଅରଣୀ ବାବୁ ଆପଣ ନମିନେସନ ସାଙ୍ଗକୁ ଚେକଲିଷ୍ଟ ଟା ଡାକନ୍ତୁ ନହେଲେ
7 8 ଠିକ ଅଛି ତାପରେ ଲାଷ୍ଟ ଆଉଛି 9
6 7 8
ସେଇଟା G by 2 ଠିକ ଅଛି ସେଇଟା ଆଗରୁ ମାର୍କ ସେଇଟା ତା ସାଙ୍ଗରେ ଥିଲା ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ବି ୟୁ ଭି ଟା ପରେ ଆସିଲା ହଁ ଡକ୍ୟୁମେଣ୍ଟ ହଁ ସେଇଟା କରିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ ଚେକଲିଷ୍ଟ ରେ ଯୋଉଟା ତାର ଯୋଉଟା ଅଛି ସେଟାକୁ G by 2 ଲେଖିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ ଏଇଗୁଡା ଡକ୍ୟୁମେଣ୍ଟ ମାର୍କ ସବୁ ଠିକ ଠାକ ଦେଖିକି ଲେଖିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ ଆଉ ଟିକେ ଉପରକୁ ବ୍ୟାକ୍ କରିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ ବ୍ୟାକ୍ ଆଉ ଟିକେ ସେଟା H ହବ ସେଇଟା ନୁହେଁ ତା ତଳଟା ହଁ ସେଇଟା H କରନ୍ତୁ H by 2 ଆଉ ଏଇ
ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ଆପଣଙ୍କର ସିରିଆଲ ନମ୍ବର
09 ହବ H by 2 ହବ
09 ହବ ଏଥର ଆପଣଙ୍କ ଚେକଲିଷ୍ଟ ଆଭେଲେବୁଲ ଅଛି ଏଇଟା ହେଲା ଏକ୍ସିବିଟ H by 2
ହଁ ପେନ୍ସିଲ ଲେଖି ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ H by 2 ସर ନେକ୍ସଟ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚନ
4ଟା ଜାଗା ଚାଲି
ହେଇଗଲା ସର ସିରିୟଲ ହେଇଗଲା
সেটা ହେଲା U V G by 2 H by 2
अच्छा
in all four checklists granted by the returning officer with respect to your four nomination papers and received by you, the returning officer has struck out columns under the heading, the following documents which have not been filed should be filed as indicated below. Since you have filed all the required documents along with your nomination paper. ଆପଣ ଠିକରେ ସବୁ nomination paper ଦାଖଲ କରିଥିବାରୁ ସେ ସେଇ portion ଟା
जो
stock
heading
out
ଅଛି the following documents which have
I
not been
buଝିଗଲି
filed
sir.
ଏଠି କଟା ହେଇଯାଇଛି ଆପଣ ସବୁ ଫାଇଲ କରିଛନ୍ତି
Correct.
ଆଚ୍ଛା
Similarly,
ସେଟା କଣ ସେଟା କୋଉ କଲମଟା କୋଉ କଲମଟା
ମାଇ ଲର୍ଡ ତାର ଯେ ହେଡିଂ
ମତେ ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ ମୁଁ ଦେଖିଲି ତାକୁ ଡାକିବି ନା ଆଉ ଆଣନ୍ତୁ ଆଚ୍ଛା in the checklist hide ସବୁ checklist ରେ ଏଟା in the checklist
ଗୋଟାକରେ କଟା ହେଇନି ଗୋଟାକରେ କଟା ହେଇଛି କିନ୍ତୁ ସେ ମେନସନ କରିବେ ଯଦି କିଛି ଥିବ ମେନସନ କରିବେ
and in the checklist there is a column କରିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ
ତାର ଯେ ହେଡିଂ
there is a heading heading ଭିତରେ ଲେଖନ୍ତୁ the following documents which have not been filed should be filed as indicated below. Inverted comma ends କରି stop ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ in the checklist पर ଗୋଟେ comma ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ in my checklist comma it has been scored scored through SCORED scored through since I have submitted all the required documents along with my nomination paper
ସେଠି ଯୋଉ ଗୋଟେ NB2 ଅଛି ଦେଖାନ୍ତୁ
ସେଟା ଥାଉ
ଆଚ୍ଛା
କପି ଅଛି ବିଲୋ କୁ ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ NB ଲେଖା ହେଇଛି
ହଁ ନୋଟ ବିଲୋ ହଁ
ନମ୍ବର 2 ରେ ଲେଖା ହେଇଛି ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ if columns have been left blank in the affidavit in form 26 this should be specified against item 1 ଟା ଉପରେ ଅଛି my lord and candidate should be asked to submit an affidavit complete in all respect latest by the time fixed for commencement of scrutiny of nominations then failure to submit revised affidavit complete in all respects even after reminder by arrow will be a ground for rejection of the nomination paper.
If columns have been left blank in the affidavit in form 26, this should be specified against item number 1.
One man table ta jota achi. ऊपर जो टेबल अच्छे देखंतु एक नंबर है affidavit in form 26 whether all columns are filled up तांकर
लिखा है कि yes माने सब पूरा नहीं
if not which are blank columns please specify सेठी से किछि लिखले नहीं
अच्छा जे सब पूरा नहीं जे
then whether the affidavit is shown before the oath commissioner or magistrate of first class or before a notary public लिखले S notary public
तांकर ठीक अछि जदी blank थांता ताहले कोन
तळ जो लाइन जोटा करा जाईछि जळे जो काटी दे द फॉलोइंग डॉक्यूमेंट्स सेठी से बी टा जो अछि हेडिंग टा government columns in the affidavit in form 26 have been left blank you must submit a revised affidavit with columns duly filled up before the commencement of scrutiny of
yes
तळटा होछि instruction of the election commission of India NB2 to the returning officer and this is the जो B रे रहिला ऊपर जो following documents तळे this is the instruction of the RO to the candidate
all right
if he finds their columns are left
all right in the checklist under serial number 2 of note below
it out a sub paragraph
note below bracket लिख दियंतु NB वैल्यू
capital N capital
हाँ NB n.b n.b comma, it is mentioned.
It has been instructed by
it has been instructed
by the Election Commission of India.
This was the instruction by the Election Commission. It was the instruction given by. It was instructed. It has been instructed by the Election Commission of India that if
inverted
comma करीन ऐसी का पूरा कॉपी कर दियो नहीं होते कॉलम नंबर 2 टा Okay. Next question, sir.
Your instruction under NB2 clearly indicates that a candidate can file his revised affidavit in Form 26 if the candidate can file his revised affidavit in Form 26 if the candidate in affidavit in Form 26 which has been produced along with the nomination paper have kept left blank latest by the time fixed for commencement of scrutiny of nomination.
Instruction
question कौन
question टा होची जदि से परे गोटे nomination fresh affidavit complete in all respect file कला that will amount to sufficient compliance of law.
Obviously that is a माने follow कोर्सी
से लाइन का सर को लिख देते
ऑलराइट ये मिस्टर सामंत राय सर कहउछन जे जो मा जहार कथि मन करंतु ब्लैंक रही जाईची एवं ताकू इंस्ट्रक्शन दिया आईची जे तमे एटा को एक्सी जदी गोटे कंप्लीट इन ऑल रेस्पेक्ट एफिडेविट आनी किनी परे फाइल करिवो प्रायर टू दिस जो नॉमिनेशन scrutiny of nomination, then that will be also accepted. Sir, question.
Yes, if the returning officer indicates, and within the prescribed time, if you give the records,
it is a fact that if any columns are left blank in the affidavit in Form 26 and instruction is given to the concerned candidate to file a fresh affidavit, fresh and revised affidavit, complete in all respect, within the সেটা কো টাইম ভিতরে মানে আচ্ছা before commencement of the scrutiny, right? Before commencement of the scrutiny, comma, the returning officer will accept the same. Sir, next.
And that will be sufficient compliance by the candidate as required under law.
And that would be sufficient compliance as required under law.
By the candidate
that would be sufficient compliance by the candidate as required under law.
देखो exhibit E by 1, F by 1, G by 1, H by 1. These are your affidavits
Again,
in Form 26 filed before the returning officer.
sir.
My lord, seটা last page.
See page 32 by 37. 27.
27
ठीक है
32
और ये पेज नंबर ताकू रेफर कर
तले 27 ऊपर 32.
ତାଙ୍କର affidavit.
हाँ ମୁଁ ଦେଖୁଛି 27 ଭେରିଫିକେସନ ପ୍ଲେସ୍ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ତ ହଁ
My lord, ଗୋଟେ note 1 ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ bottom ରେ ଅଛି.
ହଁ
Affidavit should be filed latest by 3 p.m. on the last day of filing of nomination.
Yes, please.
हाँ
এটা সব পারা করবেন.
अच्छा it is a Mr. Samatra, it's a fact.
Yes, it's a fact.
It's a fact that under
Exhibit E by 1, F by 1, G by 1 and S by 1.
that in कर दियो in exhibit এটা তো ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କ ଇଏରେ ବି ଥିବ ନା ହଁ ଆଚ୍ଛା in all then in all
It's an instruction.
in all the in all the nomination papers
in all the affidavit in form.
अच्छा in all the affidavits in form 26
filed by me.
ठीक है तापर in the all the affidavits in form 26 in verification page comma under note 1
page 27 मैं डॉट ब्रैकेट कर दो
समस्त कोन 27 थाए माने पेज थिबो
ताको केसर कोन
ना सेत में मु कोजी अंडर वेरिफिकेशन पेज रे किंतु ए नोट 1 टा रही थिबो
कार वेरिफिकेशन तळ पळी ता ऊपर पळी थिबो
सेत में कोजी वेरिफिकेशन पेज नंबर आपन ना कोचन ना दबा पई इट्स ए फैक्ट दैट इन ऑल एफिडेविट्स इन फॉर्म 26 in verification page under note 1 comma there is no it is mentioned it is mentioned that the affidavit should be filed latest by 3 p.m. 3:00 p.m. on the last day of filing nominations. Stop. In my nomination papers,
in my affidavit.
In my affidavits, in my affidavit in form 26 at page number 27 such instructions under note 1 is also are also available. Yes sir.
Dekhan, certified copy of affidavit in form 26 dated 2/4/2019 of the respondent, which has been granted by the office of the RO Sub-Collector Sadar Cuttack on 10/12/2019.
certified copy ଆମ document ରେ ଦାଖଲ କରୁଛୁ
ହଁ ଏଇଗୁଡ଼ା ତ
ନାଇଁ
ହଉ
ଆମେ 2 ତାରିଖରେ ଗୋଟେ ସେ affidavit କରିଥିଲେ 2 ଏପ୍ରିଲ 2019
ଆଚ୍ଛା ଏଗୁଡ଼ା ନିଅ ଏଗୁଡ଼ା ଧର
ଏଟାକୁ ପ୍ଲଟ୍ ଟିକେ ଦେଖିଦେଲା ପରେ ନା
ହଁ ମତେ କଣଟା ପ୍ରଶ୍ନ କରିବେ ଆଗେ କହିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ ମୁଁ ତାପରେ ଦେଖିଦେବି ତାପରେ କ୍ୟାଣ୍ଡିଡେଟ୍ ଆଙ୍କୁ ଦେଖେଇବେ ସାର୍ କଣ ପ୍ରଶ୍ନଟା କୁହନ୍ତୁ ତାଙ୍କୁ ୱିଟନେସ୍ କୁ ଦେଖାନ୍ତୁ ତାପରେ ମତେ ଦେଖ
ଏଟା 2/4 ର affidavit ଟା ଆମେ ଯୋଉଟା ଦାଖଲ କରିଥିଲୁ
2 ତାରିଖ
ଯେତେବେଳେ ନମିନେସନ ଦାଖଲ କଲୁ ସେତେବେଳେ ବି ଗୋଟେ affidavit in form 26 ଦାଖଲ କଲୁ
that is dated 2/4/2019
ଆଚ୍ଛା
ଏବଂ ସେଥିରେ କଲମ୍ସ ଲେଫ୍ଟ ବ୍ଲାଙ୍କ ଥିଲା
ଆଚ୍ଛା କୋଉ କଲମଟା ଲେଫ୍ଟ ବ୍ଲାଙ୍କ
ସେ ଲେଖିଛନ୍ତି ଆମର
ସେଟା ଆମର ଚେକ୍ ଲିଷ୍ଟ ରୁ ଜଣା
ଚେକ୍ ଲିଷ୍ଟ ଅଛି ତାକୁ କୋରିଲେଟ କରି
this is the certified copy of affidavit in form 26 dated 2/4/2019 which has been filed by the candidate respondent along with his nomination paper 2/4/2019 before the returning officer. This is our question and this should be marked as exhibit.
Okay, Mr. Samudray,
no such affidavit is available in the Election Commission's website from where I have downloaded.
It is a certified copy.
ନାଇଁ ସେ ତାଙ୍କର ପ୍ରଶ୍ନଟା ହଉଛି जे आपण वर्तमान जो प्लीडिंग टा नौचंती ने जे 2 तारिख रे नॉमिनेशन पेपर कले 2 तारिख रो कोनोसी एफिडेविट नथिला तांकर प्रश्न होची जे 2 तारिख
3 तारिख रो एफिडेविट थिला मिलॉर्ड
हां आपण कहउछन जे 3 ता 2
तांको ये रे अछि तांको ओरिजिनल मिलॉर्ड इन दिस
किंतु से तांकर कहवा कथा जे बुझंतु जे 2 तारिख रे मध्य गोटे एफिडेविट फाइल हेतिला आ एई टाइप रो जेतु गोटे प्रोसीड्यूर अवेलेबल अछि तांकू इंस्ट्रक्शन दियाला जेतु किछि ब्लैंक कॉलम्स रहिथिला तेणु तांकू इंस्ट्रक्शन दिया गला जे तमे पुनी ताकू कंप्लाई करो जोटा कि परमिसिबल आपण कहले एवं सेति पई से 3 रे आ गोटे फ्रेश एफिडेविट देइछन एटा होची
3 रे करिकि 4 रे
अच्छा
दाखल
3
करू
अच्छा
सेते
3 रे
But Milord, everything has to be on record in the sense if the filing something
रेकॉर्ड अछि बोली कि हमें
there is a certified copy, election copy website रे नाही
ठीक अछि
हमें सर्टिफाइड कॉपी आनी दाखल कर
ठीक अछि but how do I check
अच्छा
whatever is given when whatever Milord whatever is being
तामाने आपण कहउछन आपण कहि परिबे मिस्टर सामंत
yes
क्वेश्चन रा सुनंतु तामाने आपण कहि परिबे नाही जे इनफैक्ट 2 तारिख नॉमिनेशन साहित्य रेस्पोंडेंट मोहम्मद मुकीम कोनोसी एफिडेविट देइथिले कि नाही एक
देई नाहंती मिलॉर्ड
आपण कथा बुझ देई ना
देई नाहंती because it is not been because मिलॉर्ड if you permit me
अच्छा ताले तांकर प्रश्न होची देइथिले आपण मना करछन
नहीं देई नाहंती it was after thought I think Milord it's after thought
all right it is not a fact it is not a fact that along with the nomination paper dated 2/4 सेटा केते
2019
2/4/2019 marked as कोंतु मसे
1 to 4 and
1 2 3 4 सब लेखन exhibits 1 2 3 4 out mark is and
32 33
and exhibits कोंतु and exhibits
32 33 34 35
ठीक है तो comma the respondent had submitted affidavits in form 26
affidavit in form 26
कौन हला
had submitted affidavit
in form 26 pra
affidavit say
अच्छा हाँ ये जो गुड़ाए अच्छा in affidavit in form 26 अच्छा which is also dated 2/4/2019 सर या कहू चाहूँ नॉमिनेशन पेपर संगे जो 2 तारिख रे फाइल हला ता देर जो एफिडेविट ता देइथिले सेटा मध्ये होची 2/4/2019 से लेखा हला ठीक अछि
एटा को मार्क
सेटा हां आपण के मार्क करे से तो मना करजन
ना से जदी
आपण जे आसिले
नहीं नहीं सेटा ठीक है हमें ताको देखैछु बोली कि मार्क एक्स डॉक्यूमेंट मार्क एक्स करो
से तो
Milord, this
objection
document verified
your client will come and prove it
how far it is authenticated Milord
आपण ताको मार्क विथ ऑब्जेक्शन मार्क दैट एग्जिबिट विथ ऑब्जेक्शन करिवे नल जदी एग्जिबिट न करिवे
he say that I cannot say it's not a fact माने टोटली मना करछन से affidavit
ignorant बोली कहिवे I do not know
no it's not question of ignorance Milord
एटा पर मना करछन से टोटल
it didn't exist then
why is my learned trying to put in words in the witness's mouth? He's saying I don't know. Then how
it is not
Mr. Kanungo please
it's a manipulated he says no
I am not opposed to that जदी से मना करिवे जे मु जानि नै
जानि नै कहि it was not given
से कहउछन पॉजिट जानि नाहति भी नुहे से कहउछन सर टोटल फाइल करना
ठीक अछि से जदी कहउछन फाइल करनांती से आपण सर्टिफाइड कॉपीटा तांकू देखाबा परे भी से कहिला जे still then he denies that it has not been
Milord certified copy is not it has to be in the website of the election commission
अच्छा ब्रैकेट लिख दियंतु इवन दो इट लिख दियंतु ठीक अछि नहीं सब पारा कोन कर दोछि सब इवन दो ब्रैकेट रखियो सेटा even though the certified copy of the nomination paper
the affidavit in form 26
nomination paper सहित affidavit खाली अच्छा अच्छा even though the certified copy of the affidavit in form 26 करंतु
dated 2/4/2019
date dated 2/4/2019 of the respondent was shown, is shown to the witness and question is put that this affidavit was filed with the nomination paper of the respondent dated 2/4/2019, the witness says that the affidavit dated affidavit in form 26 dated 2/4/2019 has not been uploaded in
has not been filed.
Has not been filed. Has not been filed as the same is not available in the
website.
Website of the Election Commission of India.
खाली से जो रहिला the document the certified copy is shown.
सर लिखा ला ऊपर
से जो रहिला therefore the certified copy of the affidavit dated 2/4/2019 is marked document X.
X can करियो
एठी X ही रहिबो तुमे affidavit रे मार्क करिवो
तले कोन आउ थरे करबे को
नहीं सेटा एक से ही गले मार्क ही परियो that's a different word. अच्छा even though the certified copy of the affidavit अच्छा marked as X कर दियो ठीक है informed
X
अच्छा आउ गोटे कोन कहि दियो अच्छा Y कर दियो ठीक है
हां X Y
जोटा कासी परे से प्रमाण करियो
हां
हां
X1 होई के था वगैरह
X1 तो
अच्छा X1 कर दो मार्कड as X1 कर दो
X1 फॉर रेफरेंस से लिखा ही था फॉर रेफरेंस काई ना ऐसे नले एग्जिबिट बोली के ट्रीट
नहीं 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 एग्जिबिट के लिखा सी आसीले प्रमाण
मार्क
X1 कर दियो
यस
है ना even though the certified copy of affidavit marked as X/1 लेखन ता ऊपर जोटा कि से मुखिम आसिले से मोहम्मद मुखिम आसिले सेटा कहिले मार्क हे जो सेटा X1 टा मार्क हबो as an exhibit even though the certified copy of the affidavit marked as X/1 लेखिले तो X/1 मार्क कले in form 26 of the respondent is shown to the witness and question is put that this affidavit was filed with the nomination paper of the respondent dated so and so. The witness says that the affidavit in so and so has not been filed as the same is not available in the website of the Election Commission of India. Clear? Yes.
Next question. ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ after submission of 4 sets of nomination by the respondent, the returning officer, after preliminary examination of all 4 sets of nomination bearing serial number 2, 3, 4 and 5, prepared 4 sets of checklists in duplicate.
With respect to nomination of
the respondent.
ठीक था सेटा देखांतु
चेकलिस्ट से जो हां कर दिबा कोन से मिस्टर सामंत राय ए जो चारिटा सेट देइथिले तार चारटा चेकलिस्ट प्रिपेयर हेतिला बेली सर कहउछंती
Milord, the returning officer must have, is he showing the document? He must have.
नहीं आपन को से देखुछंती गोटे गोटे चेकलिस्ट
देखुजन पर हमें
देजन I confirm.
It's all right. It is a fact that after presentation of 4 sets of
sir Milord, how will I remember so much?
नहीं सेइथमे आपन डॉक्यूमेंट से देखुछन it is a fact that after presentation of 4 sets of nomination paper by the respondents 4 checklists were issued by the returning officer
as shown by senior counsel.
अच्छा हाँ कोई दे
as shown as shown by you.
4 checklists were issued by the returning officer to the respondent as shown bracket like as shown bracket as well as shown by the learned counsel for
Because
the
he has no personal knowledge of these facts.
ସେ
That is
କହୁଛନ୍ତି
between.
ନାଇଁ ସେ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ଯେ
ଯୋଉଟା
question
ମତେ
ସେଥିପାଇଁ
ଦେଖଉଛନ୍ତି ସେଟା
हाँ, as shown by
ଆପଣ ଦେଖିବେ
ଦେଖେଇଲି ସେଇଟା
as shown ସେଇଥିପାଇଁ ଲେଖା ହେଲା bracket ରେ as shown by the
I don't have personal knowledge of
as
it
shown
earlier.
by the learned counsel for the respondent.
And he also says, my lord, I have no personal knowledge of this. It's
Stop.
obvious, my lord, but it may be recorded.
I have no personal knowledge ठीक है I have no personal knowledge about the same.
The said 4 sets of checklist to be marked as exhibit Z, AA, AB, AC.
No, first see let him see that.
ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ଏଇଟା ହଉଛି 2 ନମ୍ବର ନୋମିନେସନ ପାଇଁ ରିସିଭ୍ କରିଛନ୍ତି ଆରମ୍ଭ ଦସ୍ତଖତ ଅରିଜିନାଲ ମୋହାମ୍ମଦ ମଖଦୁମ ଦସ୍ତଖତ 2/4/2019
ନାଇଁ ଆପଣ ଆରମ୍ଭ ଦସ୍ତଖତଟା ଜାଣିପାରୁଛନ୍ତି ତ
how can I remember so much now?
ମୋ ପ୍ରଶ୍ନଟା ଶୁଣନ୍ତୁ
ଆପଣ you are giving me a paper after you have verified.
ମୋର ପ୍ରଶ୍ନଟା ଶୁଣନ୍ତୁ
You have verified.
ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ
ମିଷ୍ଟର ସାମନ୍ତରାୟ ଆପଣ ଯାହା କହିବେ ଲେଖା ହବ ସାରଙ୍କ ପ୍ରଶ୍ନ ଶୁଣନ୍ତୁ
ସିଗ୍ନେଚରଟା ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ଆରମ୍ଭର ଦସ୍ତଖତଟା ଆରମ୍ଭର ତ
ହଁ ଆରମ୍ଭରେ
ସେମିତି ରେସ୍ପଣ୍ଡେଣ୍ଟଙ୍କର ଦସ୍ତଖତ ତ ମୁଁ ସେଇ ଦିଟା ସିଗ୍ନେଚର ଆପଣ ଜାଣିଛନ୍ତି କି ନାହିଁ ପଚାରୁଛି
ଜାଣିଛି ମାନେ must be
ଆଚ୍ଛା ମୁଁ ଏଇଟା ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ଦିଟା ଯାକ ସିଗ୍ନେଚର ଗୋଟେ ହଉଛି ରେସ୍ପଣ୍ଡେଣ୍ଟଙ୍କର ସେ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ଏବଂ ଗୋଟେ ହଉଛି ରିଟର୍ନିଂ ଅଫିସରଙ୍କର ଏଇଟା
how and right now I can tell whose signature unless it is verified by my counsels.
ନାଇଁ
Why
ଆପଣ
should I go on record if this paper is authentic or not?
appointed with the signature of Muhammad Hakim.
those documents
I won't remember his signature, Milord.
at this moment like
How will I remember his
Mr. Samudraya, at this moment I cannot say whether the signatures which are appearing in the checklist of checklist of the nomination of the nomination papers are that of the returning officer and the respondent Muhammad Mukim or not. एया तो जापन जहाँ के लिए लिखा ला
Milord.
ठीक है
তাহলে আকইলা মার্ক করিবে না রেসপন্ডেন্ট আসলে মার্ক
রেসপন্ডেন্ট মার্ক করিবে
তাহলে সেই শো করছি বলি কি রহ
আচ্ছা এটা আচ্ছা at this moment ব্র্যাকেট রই যান ঠিক আছে আর না টিকে ব্যাক হই যান আর টিকে ব্যাক হই at this moment I cannot say whether the signatures which are appearing in the checklist of the nomination papers bracket like dontu as shown to me by the learned counsel for the respondent are that of returning officer and respondent Muhammad Mukim or not. Take it.
for checklist may be marked as
हाँ এটা এটি যদি অবশ্যই যে 2 এটা মার্ক হবে যদি সে যে কোন x22 ইয়ে হবে
ଆମେ ତାପରେ ଏଡମିଟ୍ କରିପାରିବା
हाँ obviously ଆରେ କି ଆଚ୍ଛା କଥା ସେଟା ଆପଣଙ୍କ ନୋମିନେସନ ପେପର ଆପଣଙ୍କ ଚେକଲିଷ୍ଟ ଆପଣ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଏକ୍ସାମିନ କରିବେ ଇଏ କରିବେ ଆଉ କଣ
ସେମିତି ଦେଖିଥିଲେ ଯୋଉ ବ୍ରାକେଟରେ ଶୋ କଲେ
the checklist are like them the checklists are marked as କେତେ ନମ୍ବର କୁହନ୍ତୁ ଏସେ ରାବ କୋଉ ଯାଇ ଯାଇଛି
x2 ଗଲା ବୋଧେ x32
x1 ଯାଇଛି
ହଁ 1 ଯାଇଛି ତାହେଲେ
ଆରଟା ଗଲା x2 ତା ପୂର୍ବଟା ନାଇଁ
এই সিওর তো x ଯାଇଥିଲା ଏଇଟା x1 ତ ତାହେଲେ ହବ x2 x3 x4 x2 x3
x4
ନାଇଁ ଛାଡ଼ିଦେଲେ ଆପଣ ହଁ ସେ ଦୁଇଟା 3 ହବ ସେକେଣ୍ଡଟା ତାପରେ ଟା 4 ହବ
x5
and x5 କରିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ
ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ଏ ଯୋଉଟା ମାର୍କ ଖତମ କରି ରଖା
କିଛି ଅସୁବିଧା ନାହିଁ
ନାଇଁ ମୁଁ ଖାଲି ଦେଖେଇବାକୁ ଚାହୁଁଛି ଏଇଠି ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ 1 ନମ୍ବର କଲମ affidavit in form 26
I don't remember Milord.
whether all columns are filled up If not, which are the blank columns? Please specify.
ଆପଣ କଣ ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ତାଙ୍କୁ କିଛି ପଚାରିବେନି କି ସେ ଯୋଉ ଆପଣଙ୍କ ଯିଏ ସାକ୍ଷୀ ଆସିବ ନିଜ ସାକ୍ଷୀ
ନାଇଁ ସେଇଟା ତାଙ୍କୁ ପଚାରିବୁ କିନ୍ତୁ ଏଇ ପାର୍ଟଟା ଆଙ୍କୁ କନଫ୍ରଣ୍ଟ କରିଛୁ
ସେଇ ତ ଲେଖା ହେଲା ସାର୍।
ହଁ
ଯୋଉଟା ତାଙ୍କ ପର୍ସନାଲ ନଲେଜ ରେ ଅଛି ସେଗୁରା
ବାଧ୍ୟ
ପଚାରିବୁ।
ମୁଁ ସେଇଆ କହୁଛି
ସିଗ୍ନେଚର ଆଇଡେଣ୍ଟିଫାଇ କର ମାନେ these are ridiculous questions।
ସିଏ କହିସାରିଲେଣି ମୁଁ କହିପାରିବିନି ଏ ସିଗ୍ନେଚର କି ନାହିଁ ଏ
ସେଇଟା ମତେ
ରେସ୍ପଣ୍ଡେଣ୍ଟଙ୍କର ସିଗ୍ନେଚର କି ନାହିଁ ପ୍ଲସ୍ ତାପରେ
ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଅବଗତ କହୁଛି ସେଇ ଯୋଉ 1 ନମ୍ବର ଆଇଟମରେ
ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଷ୍ଟାଣ୍ଡ ଭେରି କ୍ଲିୟର ଯେ 2 ତାରିଖରେ ଆମେ ଗୋଟେ ଆଫିଡେଭିଟ ଦେଇଥିଲୁ ଯୋଉ ଆଫିଡେଭିଟ ରେ କିଛି ଭୁଲ ଦେଖାଗଲା ବା ହେଲା ପରା ସେଇଥିପାଇଁ ଆଉ 3 ତାରିଖ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ଫ୍ରେଶ ଆଫିଡେଭିଟ 3 ତାରିଖ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ଫ୍ରେଶ ଆଫିଡେଭିଟ ପ୍ରିପେୟାର କରି ଆଫିଡେଭିଟ କଲେ ଯୋଉଟାକୁ ଆଣି 4 ତାରିଖରେ ଦାଖଲ କଲେ ଏଇଆ ତ କଥା ଆଉ କଣ ଆଉ ଯୋଉଟା କି ଏବଂ କେସ୍ ହଉଛି ଯୋଉଟା କି ଆପଣଙ୍କର କେସ୍ ହଉଛି ଯେ 2 ତାରିଖର ଯୋଉ ମୁଁ ଆଫିଡେଭିଟ ଟା ଦାଖଲ କରିଥିଲି ଇନଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟ ଇଟ୍ ଇଜ ଆଭେଲେବଲ ବଟ୍ ଇଟ୍ ହାଜ ନଟ୍ ବିନ୍ ଅପଲୋଡେଡ ଯୋଉଟା କି ସେ ବି କହୁଛନ୍ତି it may be it's all right
upload hele
that is a matter of argument ହଁ ତେଣୁ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ଆଚ୍ଛା ଠିକ ଅଛି ନେକ୍ସଟ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍
ଆଚ୍ଛା
ସେଟା ମାର୍କ କଲେ ତ ଏଇ ଯୋଉ x/2 x/3 x/4 ହଁ
ये जो चेकलिस्ट इश्यू कले रिटर्निंग अफिसर टू द रेस्पोंडेंट सेथरे से गोटे देले जे the revised affidavit complete in all respect is to be filed by the respondent before the
ଆପଣଙ୍କର ମିଷ୍ଟର ସାମନ୍ତରାୟ ଆପଣଙ୍କର ନଲେଜ ରେ ଏମିତି ଅଛି କି ଯେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ରେସ୍ପଣ୍ଡେଣ୍ଟ ମୋହମ୍ମଦ ମୁକିମ ତାଙ୍କର ନୋମିନେସନ ପେପର ଫାଇଲ କଲେ ତାଙ୍କର କିଛି ଡିଫେକ୍ଟ ରହିଯାଇଥିଲା ଯୋଉଥିପାଇଁ ତାଙ୍କୁ ରିଟର୍ନିଂ ଅଫିସର ଏଇଭଳି ଗୋଟେ ଇନଷ୍ଟ୍ରକ୍ସନ ଦେଇଥିଲେ ଯେ କମ୍ପ୍ଲିଟ ଇନ୍ ଅଲ୍ ରେସ୍ପେକ୍ଟ ଆପଣ affidavit ଗୋଟେ ଦାଖଲ କରିବେ ଏମିତି ଆପଣଙ୍କର
not at all my lord in fact I think the
you have no knowledge ଏଇଆ ତ କହୁଛନ୍ତି
neither I think the election officer had asked also
ଆଚ୍ଛା ନାଇଁ ନଲେଜ ରେ ନାହିଁ ନା ଆପଣ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ନା ଟୋଟାଲ ତାଙ୍କୁ କହିନଥିଲେ
ଟୋଟାଲି ଦେଇନାହାନ୍ତି ସେ
ନା ପ୍ରଶ୍ନଟା ଆଉଥରେ ବୁଝନ୍ତୁ ଆପଣଙ୍କର ନଲେଜ ରେ ବିଷୟରେ ନାହିଁ ନା ଆପଣ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ଇଲେକ୍ସନ ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ରିଟର୍ନିଂ ଅଫିସର ଏମିତି କୌଣସି ଇନଷ୍ଟ୍ରକ୍ସନ ଦେଇନଥିଲେ ଦିଟା ଅଲଗା ଅଲଗା କଥା ଆପଣଙ୍କର ନଲେଜ ରେ ନାହିଁ ଅଲଗା କଥା ଆପଣ ଯଦି କହିବେ ନାଇଁ ସେମିତି କୌଣସି ଇନଷ୍ଟ୍ରକ୍ସନ ରେସ୍ପଣ୍ଡେଣ୍ଟ କୁ ଦିଆ ହିଁ ନଥିଲା କୌଣସି
ସେମିତି କୌଣସି ରେସ୍ପଣ୍ଡେଣ୍ଟ କୁ I don't think election
ଆଚ୍ଛା ଇଟ୍ସ ଅଲ୍ ରାଇଟ୍ ଲେଖନ୍ତୁ ସପାରାକ ଲେଖନ୍ତୁ
ନାଇଁ ଆମ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଟା ପଚାର
ତାପରେ that also
it is not a factor
it is not in my knowledge also
ଆମ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଟା ଦେଖାନ୍ତୁ ଆମ ଇଏଟା ଆମେ
ଆପଣ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ଦେଖା ଦିଆ ହେଇଥିଲା
ନାଇଁ ଇନଷ୍ଟ୍ରକ୍ସନ ଟା ଏଇଆ ଦେଇଥିଲେ ବୋଲି ଆମେ ଦେଖୁଛୁ
ଆଚ୍ଛା ଠିକ ଅଛି ଇନଷ୍ଟ୍ରକ୍ସନ ଟା ପଢନ୍ତୁ ତାହେଲେ
instruction se dele ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ
ଏଇଟା ଦେଖିଛି ମିଲର this document
let honorable know again serial number 1 it has been mentioned by the returning officer affidavit in form 26 is not as per the prescribed format column number 5 6 7 and 8 not properly mentioned
ମତେ ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ ମୁଁ ସେଟା ଲେଖି ଦଉଛି ତାଙ୍କର ତ ନଲେଜ ରେ ନାହିଁ ସେ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ମନା କରୁଛନ୍ତି ଆଉ
କାହିଁକିନା ଗୋଟେ ଷ୍ଟାଚୁଟୋରୀ ଡକୁମେଣ୍ଟ କୁ ସେ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ଦିଆ ହେଇନି
ଲେଖନ୍ତୁ even though ଲେଖନ୍ତୁ even though bracket ଲେଖନ୍ତୁ even though the checklist of documents in connection with filing of nomination is shown to the witness and question is put that in serial number 1, checklist of documents in the
respondent
of checklist of in evidence in form 26
by the respondent.
Filed by the
Nominations for it.
Filed by the nomination filed by the respondent is shown to the witness, and question is put that in serial number 1, comma, it is mentioned that it is mentioned bracket likhi diyantu nahi inverted comma, not as per the prescribed format. Stop. nahi inverted comma शेष करंतु. Stop. Bracket रे column serial numbers 5, 6, 7 and 8 bracket कर दियंतु. Bracket कर दियंतु. Not properly mentioned. तापर inverted comma end करंतु. Even though checklist of documents in connection with filing of nomination by the respondent, out double filing is so it filed a filing of nomination by the respondent is shown to the witness, and question is put that in so and so.
That in serial number 1 with respect to affidavit in form 26.
अच्छा हाँ सेट लिख दो serial number 1 with respect to the affidavit in form 26 है ना, comma, it is mentioned not so and so the
it is mentioned by the RO.
It is mentioned it is mentioned by the returning officer not so and so, comma, the witness answers that आपण कौन कहउछन ए जो ये विषय आपनकर एक विषय किसी ज्ञान नहीं है तो कहउछन
It's not my knowledge, Lord.
it answer that such things are not within his knowledge. Yes, Neon.
Bottom ta देखो the following documents B ta right more right जो checklist देखुछन जो following document जो मझिरे आसी after the table my lord
कोडा कौन कहले
table सरी गला checklist रो table ता सरी गला जो मझिरे लिखा है the following documents heading down the following documents which have not been void से B रे से लिखले जे এটা revised दियो करी সেটা মধ্যে टे kindly mention
window the so and so are not properly mentioned and like and said the correct ये जो ना ऊपर टा हाँ and
I mentioned
नहीं सही तो एकाटी रो यू
inverted पर out inverted आया करो and under the heading
of the following documents which have not been filed should be filed as indicated below. সেটা ইনভার্টেড কমা ভিতরে রাখନ୍ତୁ আরম্ভ କରନ୍ତୁ the following the ପାଖରୁ ହଁ সেটার কোন প্রশ্ন হচ্ছে আপনাদের
B টা দেখুন আইটেম B আর আইটেম B
in ହଁ ସେଇଠି ଲେଖନ୍ତୁ କମା ପରେ ନାଇଁ ନାଇଁ ତା ହଁ in ब्रैकेट लिख दो in brief बड़ा ब्रैकेट रख दो स्मॉल b रे ब्रैकेट नहीं नहीं in for हाँ b small b अच्छा against कर दो in जगह in जगह against कर दो भाई in टा काटी दो comma a tick mark has been given against b a tick mark TICK mark is given comma
instructing the respondent
ना ऐसे तो रोइला इन tick mark मैंने से तो रोइला yes next
According to the instruction of the returning officer, the respondent prepared a revised affidavit in Form 26 on 3/4/2019 and produced the same before the returning officer on 4/4/2019.
ଏ ବିଷୟରେ ଆପଣ କଣ କହିବେ ମିଷ୍ଟର ସାମନ୍ତରାୟ?
3/4/2019 ଯାହାର ଡାଉନଲୋଡେଡ କପିଟା ଆପଣ କୋର୍ଟରେ ଦାଖଲ କରିଛନ୍ତି, ଏଇଟା ତାରି କପି ଆମେ ମଧ୍ୟ କୋର୍ଟରେ ଦାଖଲ କରିଛୁ। ଏଟା 3/4/2019 ଆଫିଡେଭିଟ ଇନ୍ ଫର୍ମ 26 3/4 ସେ ଓଥ ନେଇଛନ୍ତି before the notary equivalent box.
But the same is not downloaded in the Election Commission's website.
ନା ଏଇଟା ଡାଉନଲୋଡେଡ, ଏଇଟା ଡାଉନଲୋଡ ଅଛି ନା, ଏଇଟା କାଇଁ ଡାଉନଲୋଡ ହବନି? ଏଇ ଯୋଉ 3 ତାରିଖ ଯୋଉଟା ଆପଣ ଏଇଟା this has been downloaded, ମାନେ
yes milord,
ଏଇଟା ଆପଣ ଡାଉନଲୋଡ କରିଛନ୍ତି, uploaded, it has been uploaded. So क्वेश्चन होची सार कहउचंती जेतु एमती गोटे इंस्ट्रक्शन दिया हितला तांको 2 तारिख दिन से 3 तारिख दिन एमती गोटे फ्रेश एफिडेविट प्रिपेयर कले बा रिवाइज्ड एफिडेविट प्रिपेयर कला परे ताको आनी 4 तारिख दिन दाखल करछंती
12:20 मिनिट।
This is that affidavit.
this is not my knowledge, milord.
It is not my knowledge, it is not within my knowledge,
And neither I don't know how authentic this is.
Alright, it is not within my knowledge whether in view of the instruction given by the returning officer, the respondent prepared a revised affidavit in Form 26 on 3/4/2019 and presented the same before the returning officer on 4/4/2019. Stop.
ଏଇଟାକୁ ଟିକେ ଆମେ ସେମିତି x by
ମାର୍କ ହେଇଯାଇଛି, ଏଇଟା ତ ମାର୍କ ହେଇଛି।
ସଜେଷ୍ଟ କରୁଛି ମୁଁ, ଟିକେ ରୁହନ୍ତୁ।
Yes.
Returning officer a revised checklist 4/4/2019 ରେ ରେସ୍ପଣ୍ଡେଣ୍ଟ ଠୁ ଗ୍ରହଣ କରି ଗୋଟିଏ ଆଉ ଗୋଟିଏ ଚେକଲିଷ୍ଟ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଦେଇଛନ୍ତି।
ଏ ବିଷୟରେ ଆପଣଙ୍କର କୁହନ୍ତୁ, କଣ ନଲେଜ ଅଛି କି ନାହିଁ?
ମୋର ସେ ବିଷୟରେ knowledge ନାହିଁ।
ଆଚ୍ଛା, it is not within my knowledge. ଠିକ ଅଛି, ଯାହା କହିବେ ଲେଖା, it is not within my knowledge that whether it is not my within my knowledge whether after receiving the revised affidavit in Form 26 on
dated 3/4 on
form dated 3/4/2019 dated 3/4/2019 on 4/4/2019, the returning officer issued a fresh checklist to the respondent. Sir,
ଆମେ ଏଇଟା ଦେଖୁଛୁ ମାଇ ଲର୍ଡ 3 ତାରିଖର ଆଫିଡେଭିଟ ଟାକୁ ସେ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ଏଇଟା ନଲେଜ ନାହିଁ,
ସେ ଉପରେ ଲେଖା ହେଲା ପରା
x by 5/6 କରିବା ପାଇଁ ଚାହୁଁଛି।
3 ତାରିଖରେ କୋଉ affidavit
ଯୋଉଟା ଆଫିଡେଭିଟ ଆପଣ ଫାଇଲ କରିଛନ୍ତି, ମାନେ ରେସ୍ପଣ୍ଡେଣ୍ଟ
ଏଇ ତାର କପି ଆମେ ମଧ୍ୟ ଅନରେବୁଲ କୋର୍ଟଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ ଫାଇଲ
ଆପଣ ଫାଇଲ କରିଛନ୍ତି, ସିଏ ବି ଫାଇଲ କରିଛନ୍ତି। ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ଆପଣ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ନଟ୍ ମାଇ ୱିଦିନ ମାଇ ନଲେଜ, ସିଏ ହିଁ ଲେଖା ହଉଛି।
Third, in my petition I have filed this one. କିନ୍ତୁ ଆର ଯୋଉଟା ପଚାରିଥିଲା, ଯୋଉଟା ସାର୍ କହିଲେ ସେଇଟା ତ I have no knowledge about that.
Form 26 affidavit ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ, are you agreed to mark it as exhibit or it will be marked as X-6?
ଯଦି ଆପଣ ରାଜି ହେବେ ତ ସେଇ ଯୋଉ ରିଭାଇଜ୍ଡ ଆଫିଡେଭିଟ ଟା ଯୋଉଟା 3/4 ର ଯୋଉଟା କି ଫାଇଲ ହେଇଛି 4/4 ରେ, ସେଟା ମାର୍କ ହେଇଯିବ। ଯଦି ନ କହିବେ ତାହେଲେ ସେଟା ସେଇ ଯୋଉ x କଣ ଗୋଟେ ମାର୍କ ହବ।
X/6 my lord.
Milord, frankly I don't have the knowledge, so that
ठीक
is
है,
knowledge नहीं तो
all right, this the The revised affidavit लिख दियो the revised affidavit
in form 46
से पूराटा कॉपी कर दियो in form 26 वन सो ए डे हां सेटा कॉपी आनी से जान हां
on for
on shown to the witness revised affidavit acha seta kati den ha the revised affidavit shown to the witness is marked as exhibit kete exhibit ne khali mark hobo x by kete x na okay ha eta lekhon sange ha
ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ସାର୍ ପଚାରିଲେ ଏଇ affidavit ଟି ପାଇଲା ପରେ this is that checklist
କହି ପାରିବେ କି ନାହିଁ କୁହନ୍ତୁ
with respect to nomination paper 2, 3, 4, 5 filed by the respondent Mohammed Mokim. The RO after receipt of the affidavit has granted this checklist and shown whether all columns are filled up. He has endorsed S.
Milord, not in my knowledge.
The set of the gala within knowledge.
The same ଜିନିଷଟା
the same the checklist nahi seta it is not my within my knowledge seta to gala checklist nahi kichi darkar nahi apun lekho
the same thing all the nominations
ha na eta issue korchen dekhantu 4/4/2019 re এবং মোহাম্মদ মকিম দস্তখত করেছেন 4/4/2019
ঠিক আছে the phrase
টাইম পকেছেন 12:20 PM
the phrase checklist dated 4/4/2019
dated 3/4/2019 I'm sorry
4/4/2019 is marked as x by 7
and this is not within my knowledge
eta par upper rahila
my lord
masera mishe deta yeah the press list shown to the witness eti madhya karantu ha dated pore ha hey sheet lekhantu shown to the witness is marked as yes
sir etikire rakhantu
ne sir yaro ei jo apono paragraph b upare
ଟିକେ ଲମ୍ବା ଅଛି ତ ତେଣୁ ସିଏ ଘଣ୍ଟା 1.5 ଘଣ୍ଟା
ନାଇଁ ଆମର ଆଜି କିଛି ଅସୁବିଧା ନାହିଁ ଫାଷ୍ଟ ଆୱାର ଟା ରଖିଛି ଯଦି କମ୍ପ୍ଲିଟ କରିଦେଲେ ଭଲ ହୁଅନ୍ତା ଯଦି ଆପଣ ପ୍ରିପେୟାର ହେଇଛନ୍ତି ଆଉ ଡିଫିକଲ୍ଟି ହଉଛି ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ଆଉ କେହି କାଉନସିଲ ନାହାନ୍ତି ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ଆଜି ମୋର ହିୟରିଂ ଡେ ତେଣୁ ଯଦି
ଇଏଟା ଅଛି ଶୁଣାଣି ପାଇଁ
ମାର୍କ କରିବେ
ଆଚ୍ଛା ଓ ସେଟା
we have a strong objection. They are calling for documents not germane to the issue. Supreme Court has reprimanded this practice of election.
ନାଇଁ ସେଟା ମୁଁ ଆସିନି ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ମାନେ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ବ୍ୟସ୍ତ କାହିଁ ହଉଛନ୍ତି ମୁଁ ସାର୍ ମୁଁ କହୁଥିଲି ଯେ ଏଇଟା
sir ଆମେ ବ୍ୟସ୍ତ ହଉଛୁ looking at the slow pace in which my learned senior is progress ଏମିତି କଲେ ତ ସେ next election କର ତାପରେ election ସରିଯିବ
ଏଇଟା ଗୋଟେ vital aspect
that is true my lord certainly he has every right
every opportunity is to be provided
ନାଇଁ ସାର୍ ଗୋଟେ କଥା କରୁଛି ମୋର ପଚାରିବାରେ କିଛି ଅସୁବିଧା ନାହିଁ let me continue
ହଁ ଠିକ
ଯା এটা ଦେଖେଇଦେଲା ଯେ ଚେକଲିଷ୍ଟ ଟା ଇଏଟା ଦେଖେଇଦେଲେ ନାଇଁ ଆଫିଡେଭିଟ ଟା ଚେକଲିଷ୍ଟ ଟା ବି ଦେଖେଇଦେଲେ ଆଉ ଖାଲି ଯୋଡେ ତିନିଟା
x by 7 ଲେଖିଲେ ତ ତାদের ପେନ୍ସିଲ
ଆଜ୍ଞା ଆଜ୍ଞା ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ I put it to you that your allegation in the election petition to the effect under paragraph 7b to the effect that the respondent has filed his nomination before the RO on 2/4/2019 along with the affidavit dated 3/4/2019 said to be in form 26 is a factually incorrect statement.
Not at all. It is a correct statement, my lord.
It is not a fact.
It is in his own
ठीक है
Form 26. You can see the date.
ठीक है. It is not a fact that the averment taken in my election petition in paragraph 7 bracket capital B bracket लिख दूं तो at page 8 अच्छा comma लिख दूं comma first subpara that the respondent had filed his nomination paper
his nomination
before
खाली nomination SP लिखना है
nomination before the returning officer R capital returning officer on 2/4 4 ठीक करो 2019 along with the affidavit dated 3/4/2019 said to be in form 26 is factually incorrect. Sir.
Your Lordship's permission, I just
Huh?
have to go for 5 minutes.
Right, sir.
ମୋର ଆଉ ସଜେସନ ଗୋଟା ଦେବି ଆଉ ନାହିଁ କିଛି
ଗୋପାଳ ଅଛନ୍ତି ପରା
Sir, similar things must be there in the evidence on affidavit also. You are not put any question.
ସେଠିକି ଯାଇନି ପରା ସେଇଥିପାଇଁ କହିଲେ ଘଣ୍ଟା ଦେଢ଼ ଘଣ୍ଟା ଯିବ ସେମିତି ଯିବ
ମୁଁ ସେଇଆ କହୁଛି ଆପଣ ସେଇଟାକୁ ପୁଣି କନଫ୍ରଣ୍ଟ କର ଠିକ ଅଛି
ଆଜିକାଲି ସଜେସନ ଦେଇକି
କରିଦେବି ସେଇ ଆସ୍ପେକ୍ଟ ଟାକୁ ଆର ନେକ୍ସଟ ଡେ ରେ ନେଇ ଠିକ ଅଛି ଏଇ ୟା କାମଟା ସାର୍
ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ସ୍କ୍ରୁଟିନି ଦିନ ରିଟର୍ଣ୍ଣିଂ ଅଫିସରଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ସ୍କ୍ରୁଟିନି ହେଲା ଆପଣ ଯାଇଥିଲେ
My lord, I wasn't there.
ଆପଣଙ୍କର କେହି ରିପ୍ରେଜେଣ୍ଟେଟିଭ ଯାଇଥିଲେ
ଆରଥର କହିଛି ଅସୀମ ଅମିତାଭ ଦାସ ସରୋଜ ସାମଲ
ସେମାନେ ଏ ବିଷୟଟା ରିଟର୍ଣ୍ଣିଂ ଅଫିସରଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ ଉତ୍ଥାପନ କରିଥିଲେ କି
ସେମାନେ କରିନଥିଲେ my lord.
ଠିକ ଅଛି ସେତିକି
ଠିକ ଅଛି my
on
the date of scrutiny ନାଇଁ ଠିକ ଅଛି on the date of scrutiny comma I had not gone to the returning officer and my advocates जो नाटा लिखिଥିଲେ कौन असीम अमिताभ दास
and Saroj Kumar Samal, my lord.
असीम अमिताभ दास and Saroj Kumar Samal did not raise any objection sir did not
who have attended on my behalf before the
अच्छा हाँ
They were
सेटा आगुरो
they were there to check my nominations.
अच्छा did not raise any kind of objection को विषय जो प्रेस एफिडेविट देले सेही विषय
ए जो 3 तारिखर एफिडेविट
4 तारिख रे
2 तारिख रे फाइल
ओ से विषय
my lord, they had gone to scrutinize my documents.
अच्छा मु कोइ लिखि दउ आपण सेटा भी लिख दउ did not raise any objection before did not indicate before the returning officer relating to filing of the affidavit dated 3/4/2019 along with the nomination paper dated 2/4/2019 of the respondent since they had gone ସେମାନେ କଣ ପାଇଁ ଯାଇଥିଲେ ଆପଣଙ୍କର
to my lord to see that my papers if there is any challenge to my papers they were there
since they had gone to verify if there is any challenge oblique objection कर दिंतु to my nomination paper. Sir.
ଆମେ ତାପରେ ଏଭିଡେନ୍ସ
ଏଇ ଜିନିଷଟା ଏଭିଡେନ୍ସ ହବ। ଆଚ୍ଛା ଏଇଟା ଡେଫର କରିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ କ୍ରସ୍ ଏକ୍ସାମିନେସନ। ଆଉ କଣ ରହିଗଲା ଯଦି ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ଏଇ ସବଜେକ୍ଟ ରେ ଇଲେକ୍ସନ ପିଟିସନ ରେ ତାହେଲେ କହିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ
ସେଗୁଡ଼ା ଏଭିଡେନ୍ସ
ସାର୍।
ନାଇଁ ନାଇଁ ନେକ୍ସଟ ଏଭିଡେନ୍ସ ଉପରେ ଆମେ ଏଭିଡେନ୍ସ
ଏଇଟା ସେ ଯୋଉ ଟିକେ ଦେଖିଦେବେ ଯୋଉଟା ସବୁ ଏ ମାର୍କ ହେଇଛି ସେଗୁଡା ସବୁ ହେଲେ ମୁଁ ତାକୁ ସାଇନ କରିବି। ସୋ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ମିଷ୍ଟର
Milord.
ସାମନ୍ତରାୟ ସାର୍ ଆପଣଙ୍କ ମିଷ୍ଟର ଅଗ୍ରୱାଲ ଡେଟ୍ କେବେ କୁହନ୍ତୁ ମୁଁ ସେ ଅନୁଯାୟୀ ନୋଟ କରିବି ତ। ମିଷ୍ଟର ସାମନ୍ତରାୟଙ୍କୁ ପଚାରନ୍ତୁ ତାଙ୍କର କନଭିନିଏନ୍ସ।
ମଣ୍ଡେ
ସାର୍ କଣ କହୁଛନ୍ତି?
ହଉ
ମଣ୍ଡେ ଠିକ ଅଛି ମଣ୍ଡେ ଇଏଟା ଅର୍ଡର ସିଟଟା ତାହେଲେ ବାହାର କରିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ ମୁଁ ଡାକି ଦେଖିଦିଏ। ହଁ ମଣ୍ଡେରେ ଦୁଇଟା ବେଳେ କଣ ହେଲା? ଆଚ୍ଛା ସେ କୋଉଟା ହେଇଛି? ନାଲି ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ। ଏତେ କହିଲା ପରେ କେମିତି ସବୁ ଭୁଲ ହଉଛି? This is 95 এটা হଉଛି ଆଜି ଡେଟ୍ ହେଲା କେତେ ତାରିଖ? 2 ତାରିଖ ନା? 2 3 2023 96 3 2023 ତାହେଲେ ଆଜିର ଯୋଉ ଅର୍ଡରଟା ହବ ସେଟା ହଉଛି that number is 97 ଲେଖା ହେଲା the matter is taken up so election petitioner Devasi Samantra is present in court. His cross-examination is resumed. So appearing for the cross-examination further cross-examination day for 2 लिखियो पूरा 6 तारीख रहला 6th March 2023 release this matter on 6th March 2023 at 2 p.m. दिटा बड़ा ହେଲା तो अच्छा पीएम करूँ हाँ सेटा पीएम करूँ दिस इज ऑर्डर नंबर आउटसाइड मत ଟିକେ ଦେଖାନ୍ତୁ ऑर्डर नंबर 97 अच्छा हाँ ସେଗୁଡା ଏଇଟା ହେଇଗଲା ବାକି ତାପରେ ସେ ଯୋଉ ସିଲ୍ କଭର ଓପନ ହେଲା ସେଇଟା ଲେଖିବେ ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ଏଇ ଗୁଡାକ ମାର୍କ ହେଲା ଯୋଉ ଏକ୍ସ ଏକ୍ସ ସେଗୁଡା ସବୁ ମାର୍କ ହେଲା ତାକୁ ଲେଖିବେ ବା ଯାନ୍ ଏକ୍ଜିବିଟ ହେଲା ଦେନ୍ ଆଚ୍ଛା ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ହଉଛି ସାର୍ ଏଇଟାର ଯୋଉ ରହିଛି IA3 ଅଫ 2023 ସେଇଟାର ଶୁଣାଣି କରେଇଦବା ସେ କଣ ଅବଜେକ୍ସନ କଣ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ସାର୍ଙ୍କୁ ଦେଇଦିଅନ୍ତୁ ସାର୍ ସେଇଠି ବସି ଆର୍ଗୁମେଣ୍ଟ କରିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ କିଛି
ନାଇଁ ସେ ଟର୍ଣ୍ଣିଂ କର
ଆଚ୍ଛା କଣ ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ପିଟିସନଟା ଦେଲେ ଆଇଏ ନମ୍ବର 3
ମାର୍କ ହେଇଯାଇଛି ଏକ୍ଜିବିଟ ହିସାବରେ
ନାଇଁ ସେ ପିଟିସନଟା ଦେଖେ ଏଇଟା କଣ IA3 ମିଷ୍ଟର ଅଗ୍ରୱାଲ 3 ର ପ୍ରେୟାର କୁ ଆପଣ ଆସନ୍ତୁ ଏହା ଲେଖା ହେଇଛି it is therefore prayed ଆଚ୍ଛା ମିଷ୍ଟର ସାମନ୍ତରାୟ ଆପଣ ଯାଆନ୍ତୁ କମ୍ଫର୍ଟେବଲ ଟିକେ ରହିବେ ସରିଲା ପରେ ସିଗ୍ନେଚର କରିବେ then you come to this side ମୁଁ ସାରଙ୍କୁ ହଁ ଠିକ ଅଛି କିଛି ସାରଙ୍କୁ ନେଇକି ଯାଆନ୍ତୁ Hmm? No, sorry. ଏଇଟା ସରିଯାଉ ତାପରେ ସବୁ ଆପଣ ସଜଡା ସଜଡି କରିବେ ହଁ ୟା ଉପରେ କୁହନ୍ତୁ ଆପଣଙ୍କର you come to that side go to that side. Yes.
Madam, this is the application.
Your prayer is to produce and cause production of the downloaded copy of the affidavit in Form 26 dated 24/3/2014 filed by Sri Devasys Samantra, election petitioner, along with his nomination paper.
Madam,
This particular document has already been marked
already been marked
as exhibit.
J with objection.
Just a minute. Okay.
ଆମର ସାର୍ ମାଇଲର ସେଥିରେ ଥିଲା କି ସିଏ ଗୋଟେ କେସରେ ନିଜ କେସରେ ଦେଖେଇଛନ୍ତି 2014 ଯେ ତା ପର୍ଟିକୁଲାର କେସ୍ ଭିଜିଲାନ୍ସ କେସ୍ ନମ୍ବର 18/1991 is pending before the special court of vigilance Cuttack. But in his current affidavit filed in 2019, that has been mentioned before the SCJM Cuttack. ଆମେ ସେଇ ଡିସ୍କ୍ରିପେନ୍ସିଟା ସେ ଭୁଲ ଦେଖେଇଛନ୍ତି ବୋଲି ଆମେ
No, ସେଇ ଯୋଉ discrepancy ଟା ଦେଖେଇଛନ୍ତି that would also be there in exhibit J.
That is exhibit J.
So exhibit J ରେ ଯଦି ଅଛି ପୁଣି ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ଏ ଡକ୍ୟୁମେଣ୍ଟ ଟା ଆଣିବା ଦରକାର କଣ?
ଯେ ସେଟା ତାର ଅଥେଣ୍ଟିସିଟି ଉପରେ ସେ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ କରିଥିଲେ that was their objection. It has been a copy, who downloaded it, how downloaded it. So if it will be called for from the proper custody, if the authority will give the authenticated copy.
So you mean to say that Chief Election Commissioner
or any authorized officer under him will download it and authenticate it and submit it for this honorable court. This is the only prayer, my lord.
Yes, Mr.
My lord, this 2000 affidavit is not in issue.
2014 affidavit.
2014 affidavit is not in issue. There is no pleading in there either in the written statement or at the time of framing of issue that he has given false affidavit in 2014 or 2019.
All right.
But this my objection is this document is irrelevant. And
regard objection is এটা লিখি যান.
Yes, my lord, I have mentioned in my objection.
Just see, let us see that your objection.
My lord,
which paragraph you have sent?
Your lordship, kindly see paragraph 2.
Paragraph 2,
that the petitioner by the present IA number 3 of 2013 has sought to call for the downloaded copy of an affidavit in Form 26 dated 24/3/2014 filed by the present opposite party before the returning officer of 90 Barabati Cuttack Assembly constituency in General Assembly election of 2014. 2014 election is not in the issue. The said affidavit is nowhere relevant for the purpose jurisdiction of the present election petition. In the present election petition, the affidavit filed by the present opposite party in General Assembly election held in the year 2014. Further, there is no issue in the present election petition with respect
in the
to
present election, the affidavit filed. এটা কোন এই সেন্টেন্সর মানে কোন বুঝ পারলেন?
In the present election, the affidavit filed jurisdiction of the present election petition, the full stop comma about the full stop. In the present election petition, the affidavit filed by the present opposite party in the General Assembly election held. Further, there is no issue in the present election petition with respect to the affidavit filed in Form 26 by the election petitioner in General Assembly election held in the year 2014.
Okay.
The petitioner had filed this application only to delay the trial of the present election disputes, hence the same is liable to be dismissed.
All right. So any citation you want to place? Yes.
Your lordship, kindly It's reported in 2011.
Yeah.
2011, volume 11, SCC, page 786.
Kalyan Singh Chauhan versus CP Joshi.
Yes, my lord.
Which paragraph?
Your lordship, kindly see para 28.
28.
It's in the election case, my lord. Therefore, in view of the above, it is evident that the party to the election petition must plead the material fact and substantiate his averments by adducing sufficient evidence. The court cannot prevail beyond the pleadings, and the issue cannot be framed unless there is a pleading to raise the controversy on a particular fact or law. It is therefore not permissible for the court to allow the party to lead evidence which is not in line of pleadings. Even if the evidence is laid, that is just to be ignored, as the same cannot be taken into consideration. My lord, it is only to delay because there is 2000 election is not an issue.
Okay, 2014 election.
Yes, my lord, 2014 election. Your lordship, kindly see another judgment. It is not in the election petition. Here a judgment was placed. That was also refused by Honorable Apex Court, my lord. My lords, may just see the placitum B. Additional application for sustainability. Application filed for placing on record copy of the judgment of civil court in Rambhau case without stating as to how that judgment had any bearing on the issue in instant case. Here also, how the 2014 affidavit is necessary for this election dispute, they have not stated anything.
Any other decision? All right. IA number, take down. IA number 3 of 2013. This interim application has been filed by the respondent Mohammad Mokim for a direction to the Chief Electoral Officer, Odisha, Bhubaneswar, to produce or cause production of the downloaded copy of the affidavit in Form 26 dated 24/3/2014 filed by the election petitioner Devashish Samantrai along with his nomination papers before the returning officer of 90 Baravati Cuttack Assembly constituency for contesting the election from the aforesaid constituency in the General Assembly election 2014, which is available in the website of Election Commission of India, being duly authenticated by CEO, Odisha, or any other responsible officer working under him. The election petitioner has filed an objection to this interim application inter alia on the ground that the said affidavit is no way relevant for the just decision of the present election petition, and that there is no issue in the present election petition with respect to the affidavit filed in Form 26 by the election petitioner in the General Assembly election held in the year 2014, and the petitioner has filed this application only to delay the trial of the present election dispute, and therefore the interim application should be dismissed. The Learned Counsel for the election petitioner placed reliance in the case of Kalyan Singh Chauhan versus C.P. Joshi, reported in 2011 bracket with a bracket bar 11 Supreme Court cases 789, wherein
786, my lord.
786, sorry, 786, wherein it is held as follows. Quote paragraph 28. He further placed reliance in the case of Noor Sheikh Bhikan versus State of Maharashtra and others, reported in 2011 bracket with a 7 Supreme Court cases 589, wherein it is held as follows. Quote paragraph 11 and 12. After hearing the Learned Counsel for the respective parties and going through the averments taken in the interim application and the objection filed by the election petitioner, and the ratio laid down by the Honorable Supreme Court in the aforesaid decisions, I am of the view that since there is no issue in the present election petition with respect to the affidavit filed in Form 26 by the election petitioner in the General Assembly election held in the year 2014, there is no necessity of calling for the said document. Accordingly, the interim application filed by the respondent stands dismissed. Yes, बाकी सब ये करेंगे मत देखिए वो. That's all.